Well, welcome back to BK Game Devs. It feels like it's been a long time, but it's only been 2 weeks, and we're back with some big changes and big updates to give to everyone. If you haven't heard already, we're working on a new Metroidvania game starting today. We're having a longer stream today, from 4 to 7, and we'll, of course we will take breaks and stuff. We'll talk about what a Metroidvania is and go into the details about that game in a little bit. Also, we wanted to just shout out we are now Twitch affiliates, so you guys can sub to our channel. Um, so that'll be dope. We also have sound alerts now, right? We have I think maybe five or so that people can use when things are going well or when things are going wrong on a stream. Feel free to use them to just alert us and just have fun and chat. Is there anything else I'm missing that's a big change in recent time?
If you have Twitch Prime and you're not sub to
Yes.
another channel, you may use your sub for our channel. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yep. And also for if you have Amazon Prime, but if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically get a free
Yeah,
Twitch
that's what I
Prime sub.
mean. Yeah,
I get you.
Twitch
Yeah,
Prime. Yep,
yep.
yep.
Cool. So yeah, we'd appreciate it if you sub to our channel, but no pressure. But yeah, like we are ready to be back. We're ready to work on this Metroidvania. We're happy to have everyone here. We're glad to see all the familiar faces and stuff and the newcomers alike, and we are ready to get the ball rolling.
Oh, yeah.
So we can start right there and start talking about what do you see on your screen right now. What is this game you have before you? Working on a Metroidvania, and
Hey. Oh,
what
thanks for
that
the subscription.
Recursive Delta.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yo, thanks. See, appreciate the support. Y'all are great. And what was I going to say? Metroidvania. So it's a style of game that centers around exploration and backtracking. Not backtracking in the boring sense where you feel like you're going to another area or the same a- area over and over for like no reason, but more so you spend time in an area, you see secrets that you can't get to. You see a wall that's too high to jump over. You see a interesting looking box just out of reach. You see a bombable wall or something along those lines. And as you move through the game and gain new abilities in other like areas, you go back to the areas you've been to, start unlocking these things you couldn't do before. And another cool thing about them is they usually have these large interconnected worlds. So instead of it being like Mario, for example, where you have like a level 1 and a level 2, it'll be more like Metroid or Hollow Knight or Ori, where you have just one huge world that you can just move through kind of like seamlessly, and the only thing that separates you are these like transitions in between what we'll call like a room. So we're working on that kind of game today, but for right now, until we get there, until we have a lot of rooms, we're looking at a sandbox, which is what we're calling this level that you see here. And we've done is before we start building out all of the entire world and where all the abilities are going to be and stuff, we've built a small little like sandbox area where the player can, work on that kind of stuff right now while we're building out the functionality for the game. So right now, if you want to show it, Alex, our player can do very, very basic things. They can run and they can jump. I don't think they can do anything else. So
Nope,
that's
just
just
that.
like, yep, that's just the basics of that. There's our little player, run, jump, fun. Um, but what I've done is, if you notice, even right there, where Alex, oh, you can't see because the camera's not following. Oh, you can. So
Oh, we could see it through here if we
You
wanted
can
yeah,
to.
see it through
here,
the scene view. Yeah.
yep. But you can't make that jump up to the platform there. And the reason we made that for a double jump that will eventually be be working on stream, and for the game. So we built this little like sandbox with these things in mind, like a double jump, a dash, wall jumping, and other abilities that we'll come up with. We'll continue to elaborate and expand on this sandbox. But once we feel like we've done enough of the basics, we'll start to actually build out the world of our game, where we'll have different biomes, and that's another big thing about the Metroidvania genre. Each area of the game is kind of like a biome where they usually have a different aesthetic, a unique aesthetic, and maybe a different theme. So, like for example, you may have a fiery biome where everything is kind of it's based around fire, around fire. There's lava, etc. It may be you may have one around ice, one that's forest, one that's a jungle, one that's caves, one that's ethereal. You can do whatever you want, but that's usually just the main a mainstay there in Metroidvanias. So I've talked a lot.
Yeah, and if you
Anything else
haven't
from you two?
played a Metroidvania, you should check out the origin of the actual term. So you have the original, well, not original, but Super Metroid. That's the second in the Metroid series,
Third,
and
actually.
third. You're right. Well, the second one was like a remake of the first one, wasn't it?
No, it's actually there's actually some more story that no one knows, and it's not that.
How did I
Anyway,
not know about that? Anyway,
don't worry about it. It's all good.
anyway. So Super Metroid and then Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Those are two pretty old school games that define the genre of Metroidvania. And so we highly recommend you play those games. And there are some very good Metroidvanias that have come out like kind of recently. And we recommend those too, like Hollow Knight, Ori, what else? Even Metroid Dread, the new Metroid game that just came out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
For me recently was Ender Lilies Quietest of the
Ender
Night.
Lilies.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it's really nice.
So yeah, so we're gonna be drawing inspiration from those games, but we're gonna try to put a unique spin on this game so that it stands out.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I just noticed chat. Hello, recursive Delta, and also again, thanks for the sub again. I'm pretty sure I know who you are, so that's awesome. But thanks for the support. But yeah, with that said, now I guess we can go a little bit more into the basics of what this game is, the general like concept around it, some gameplay ideas and the vibe, and then we'll talk to you a bit about just a general like a world design that we have so far. Again, all subject to change.
Yeah.
You guys want me to talk about it, or
No,
Chris,
I can take over from
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead,
for it.
Alex. Mm-hmm.
So the general, well, like Juan said, we don't really have a full story down, but we do have something of a start. I think we'll talk about them as things goes, and we're not just gonna give like a full on everything of the story. But general themes of this Metroidvania are pretty much going to be, you know, sort of monsters, magical beasts, sword play, and being able to use magic type of abilities. And overall, I can even bring up the draw.io that we started, right? I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know how much you guys want to go into the story, but the character you play as is a hunter, and the hunter's job is to fend off these magical beasts and monsters that are wreaking havoc in the world. And this is a game that is the people are basically divided based on class.
Yeah, there's a
And
whole lot of hierarchy there.
our main character doesn't have any innate abilities, but he's a hunter. He's a classless hunter. So the idea is that he fends off these magical beasts and monsters, and there are people who do have abilities, and they, receive more benefit in this world, in this society. They belong to the elites, and so they have these different abilities. Uh, Different bloodline is what we called it. So bloodline abilities.
Yeah, and you'll find that most people who don't have that type of don't have those innate abilities, which can be things like fire ability, an ice ability, something that you pass down to your children. So in this case, it's genetic. Most of those end up in the slums, and there's a sort of relationship that happens there. Those within the kingdom, within the walls of the kingdom, they they're sort of protected by these walls, but they have to. There's a sort of trade type of thing. What would you call it? A symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
The ones in the kingdom benefiting more But for example, the ones in the people in the slums would be the ones that go out there, venture out, and actually go collect supplies. While the I guess I wouldn't even know. So there are parts of the story that we haven't fleshed out yet. But I'm sure there must be something that the kingdom provides as well. So in exchange
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that,
we'll
but
figure it out as we go.
those people in the slums essentially have to they have to stick to martial arts or basically their own resilience rather than some abilities that give you like a huge advantage. So there's definitely going to be a difference in combat when it comes to that.
And
Yep.
when we say abilities, they're kind of like if you've ever watched the anime My Hero Academia, it's kind of
Yeah,
like quirks for My Hero Academia. So these are, abilities that you're born with. And if you notice from the anime, there's people that were born quirkless. So like, and they're just viewed differently in society. So in this game, uh there is class and you're divided based on class.
yeah.
Yep.
And as of right now, well, we've done some work already. We pretty much are focusing on core gameplay. Uh,
Yep.
Juan was able to find us some really nice assets to use as sort of placeholders. So this is like he said, this is sort of sandbox levels that we're gonna just be testing a lot of the stuff that we implement. And then at some point later on, we're gonna start actually building out the levels. Maybe even probably most likely swapping out the art that's in there. Um, but you know, one step at a time. Um,
Yeah.
one of the big differences now though is we're not gonna do the bulk of the work within your okay. I see a year. We're not going to do the bulk of the work on stream, or there's going to be a good amount of work that we do off stream as well to keep this game sort of going. But we're still going to show
You're
some good stuff on here, I think. Yeah. So
yeah.
and we're doing like better planning in terms of game development, which we'll talk about it at some point as well if you guys are
Yeah.
interested.
And before we get deep into this Metroidvania, we just want to thank you guys for playing our other game, Wake Up, that we published a few weeks ago. We got some good feedback, and it was a really fun experience for us. And
Oh yeah.
we're glad that you guys liked it.
Yeah.
And we've taken a lot of the knowledge and experience from building that game, and we're going to be applying it to this game, and it's just going to help us be better developers.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, if you are still playing that or haven't played it yet, feel free. We appreciate the feedback nonetheless. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's still on our
HIO page.
itch.io. Yeah.
hmm And so with that said, let's take a quick look at the world at the Draw.io, our world map.
Sure.
It's very basic at the moment. Um, and we'll move things around. As of right now, we wanted to show that class system here by literally having the slums underneath the kingdom. So this kingdom that rules most of everything in this world is literally placed atop the slums. Um, there's a restriction on going in between the two places, or at least here in this in this diagram. And then we have a little tutorial section on the left, which is going to be our little caves where that's where the player will learn just the basics of how to attack, jump, and all that kind of stuff. And now we haven't fully fleshed it out, but we have an area on the left of that where we'll have some just a different biome and a place underneath where you'll get your wall jump ability, which will open things up in the game a lot. I love to wall jump. We all do, and it's one of the like core mechanics of movement in these kinds of games. Then moving on to the right, we have, I guess we can call like the grassy like area of the map, where we have a forest to the right of the kingdom and slum, and to the right of that an area called the Silent Plains, which we don't have to explain right now, but it is a branch off of the forest like biome. And underneath both the slums and the forest, we have the underground ruins, which would be a large like chasm of like I guess forgotten society and ruins that were here long before the current timeline that contain tons of secrets and stuff like that. So as we build this around, we'll move the biomes around to where they make more sense. We'll we'll adjust things. We'll probably add new biomes and stuff like that, and we'll update you guys when that happens.
Or we won't. Or we'll make
Or
something
we won't.
a surprise.
Yeah, we don't want everyone to know everything. We want you all to find out, as you play.
Because we also definitely intend to release this game somewhere, like not just itch and like for money. So
Yeah, because they're
this
on
is gonna
Steam.
be the first one. Yeah, this will be the first one that
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
do that.
This will be the first one.
That's the goal. Steam,
It'll probably be on Steam.
Steamy.
Yeah.
And so with that, I say now that we've gotten the introductions to our game and the basic world and sandbox, we can go right into the code and the game, and let's start making
Yeah,
things
and
work. So
if anyone has
yeah.
any questions or comments about the game and the story and the gameplay so far, feel free to drop them in chat, and we are very responsive.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. And also feel free to, yeah, no problem. Feel free to use the what are they called now? The sound alerts, because they're fun. So if something is going wrong, use bruh, or if things are going great, that victory fanfare always works.
Yeah.
We love the interaction from chat, so anything works.
Yeah, we're obviously new to the affiliate thing, so we want to build an interactive experience.
Yeah, exactly that. All right, cool. So what we can work on first is we're going to be adding some like different abilities to the player. That's what we'll start with. So
Or
we have
should we
basic
start with a
ability.
camera follow?
Camera.
I think
Sorry, yes, yes.
that'll make life
Let's
easier
do
for
that
us.
first. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's make it so that the camera follows the player in a nice and easy way,
Yeah.
so that they aren't just walking off screen and then good luck. Even though there are people who do that in speedruns. I was watching a speedrun of Metroid Dread, actually, where there's a camera lock and the person goes through like 10 rooms. They can't see anything. It's just all memory, and I'm like, you people are crazy.
I don't know how
I
anyone
don't
can
know
do
how these speedrunners are gods
that.
of gaming.
Waiting for this thing to import.
What is this?
The Cinemachine.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, yes. Sin Machine. And for everyone who doesn't know, the Sin Machine is a Unity package that lets the camera easily follow along with the player, and it takes care of stuff like easing, so that because what we could do is have the camera follow the player's position exactly, but what that does is it makes it kind of awkward where the player is always in the center of the screen.
Right.
Whereas what Cinema Machine allows is to add some easing to it, so that the player can move like left and right a certain amount before anything else gets added, and the camera moves and shows more of the screen. So it makes it feel a bit more organic, where anytime you move, the camera isn't just like snapping. So you can start there. Yeah.
I don't even remember how to grade it.
You go to. Let me see. You go
Isn't
to.
Cinemachine usually a tool thing here?
Yeah, it should be camera Sin Machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No. There it is at the bottom.
No,
Yeah,
I went into
we're
it.
dealing with a new Unity version
Oh,
here.
there it is.
So some
Okay.
things are a bit
Game
different.
object.
It's a virtual camera, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a virtual camera.
I think 2D
I don't know.
camera
It's
is a
fine. Yeah,
virtual
yeah.
camera.
Oh, okay, got it. Cool. Yes,
Hold
yes,
on,
yes.
let me camera.
So we'll pop our
Oh,
main
looks like
camera
we
in
got
there.
something. What did we get? Oh, thank you for the follow, Matterhenge. I think that's it.
Yep. Thanks, Matterhenge. We appreciate the follow.
Let us
Thank
know
you very
if
much.
we're butchering the name.
Yeah, let us know if we're butchering your name.
Set this to. Huh. Oh, whoops.
What's going on? Yeah.
Put it in place. Okay, all of it's 000.
So is that camera object that's an empty camera, like the parent?
Yeah, it's just grouping
Okay.
them.
It's just grouping it. Okay.
Yeah. What's this?
Cool.
Enable constraint proportions. Cool.
Interesting.
It's
We
just a
got
lot
new
of
stuff
like
in
this
Unity.
is what Unity 2021.2. Just it looks different.
Yeah, there's new
Yeah, it looks
stuff.
different.
There's
There's
stuff is
new
in different
stuff.
places. There's new features.
Yeah, so bear with us as we also get used to it too.
Follow. There we go.
So yeah, so now it'll follow the player, and then now there was the look ahead time and screen Y, screen X, XY dampening. I remember we did that
I want to
in
make
Wake Up.
it.
For wake up,
I
yeah.
want to
So
make it sort
so
of.
when you add a Cinemachine virtual camera, it automatically adds a camera follow, correct?
Oh no
Yep.
no.
Oh wait, no, no,
You
no.
have to
There's like
bring
a
in. You have to bring him into the follow. Here.
sorry, yeah. There's a follow, but you have to put the player there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you don't have
Oh
to
yes,
write.
yes.
You don't have to write a script where you have to
There's no
follow the
code.
Oh,
No,
transform's
no.
position. Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to find.
Yep.
I'm looking for stuff.
So if we wanted
What are
to
you trying to find?
do a camera clamp, we would just mess around with the X
I
and
mean,
Y
let me
damping.
just see what he does.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So see how it's not following the player exactly. So if you stand still, right?
It's because of the damping.
Yeah. So if you stand still real quick and now move like left or right, is it gonna follow the player? Okay. Yes. So can we have it where it clamps a bit first, which means or up the look ahead time
Up to look ahead
and
time.
look ahead. Yeah. So I think what that means is
Yeah, do it
yeah.
by a
So
lot.
we'll
I
have
want to see what that does.
Oh,
oh no, okay.
Um,
That moves the camera so that it looks ahead. What we want is for the camera not to move until the player has moved a certain amount. Is that what you mean, Chris?
That's what I mean. Because like
Yes.
I guess in a Metroidvania, like the point is exploration, and you want to be able to see a lot on your screen. So like I feel like we could zoom out a little bit and have like certain have X and Y bounds for the clamp. And then basically when the player gets to that point, that's when the camera moves. I
I
don't know
say
if you can
do
do
like
that.
12.
look ahead. Ignore Y. I'm gonna get rid of damping for a bit.
What's screen X and screen Y? Oh, that's okay.
And so what does that do? It just moves it. Okay, got it.
Can you put like screen X kind of far, like to the point where like the player is like all the way on the left?
Yeah.
I just want to see
Let
something.
me try 0. Okay. 0.1 or
No, yeah,
something.
sure, play.
All
And
right,
then play
so I
and
just
then and
wanna
see what happens.
see what happens. Yeah, when you play.
So hold on. I'm trying to 0.9. Maybe that's a bit too.
That's fine. I mean, it's good enough for a testing. Let's see. I
Okay,
see. Okay,
so
so
wait, go left, go left. Okay, all right,
got it. Okay, yeah. So this isn't what we want, but
okay.
it's interesting though. Like it clamps it in a different way, or like it like locks it in a different way. So I say we
What's
can put.
dead
Go ahead.
zone and soft
Oh,
zone?
dead zone. That's what it is. I think.
Dead zone and
Uh,
soft zone. What is that?
yeah. So dead zone is. I forgot. I used to know. Can you
It's
increase the?
I believe it's the amount of time or like the dead zone is like okay what's the level in which like the camera's gonna move. I think like like there's a bit of it
Let's
creates a
just mess with
delay.
it.
Like if I do this right.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want that delay where like it doesn't move as soon as you move it. It gives you a bit of time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I think
if
so.
you do this and then move,
that's
yeah,
it.
that and
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
that's it.
that's what we want.
Okay,
But
that's
now that's too big of a dead zone. But we want it so that you can move. Yeah, okay. So you can move within those bounds before the camera starts to follow you, and then what that does is, yeah. So now you can like look around this stuff.
exactly.
Now maybe we can make it a bit. Is that is that too small? You think, or is that okay?
I think it's a little too small.
Yeah, like let's give them more space. Yeah, so maybe a bit smaller than that. And so, what are the dead zones versus the?
I honestly don't know.
It
It's
seems like
wait, dead zone versus soft zone. That's wait.
yeah.
What
So
does that
dead
say?
zone is the blue or the red. Let's figure
So
that out.
soft zone is the blue. So oh wait, which hold on. No, dead zone is the blue. The
Okay.
soft zone
And
is
what does it say for both of those?
okay, let me see. Dead zone. A camera will not move horizontally if the target isn't within the range of the position.
Got
Oh,
it. So yes, so that's the one that's working right now. Where if the player moves like left or right inside of the two blue like rectangles, they're good. The camera won't move yet. And softbox,
The soft is
what is
within
yeah?
is the camera will gradually move horizontally to realign towards the desired position depending on the damping.
yeah. So we need to use both of those, I think.
I think so. Yeah. So let's first
And the dead zone should be bigger.
let's make it
Well, no, not that. The width.
let's make the dead zone width a bit bigger.
Dead zone
Um
width.
Eh, yeah.
yeah, so it can be like so smaller than that.
Not that small though. That
Like there. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that should be good. And maybe
I
the
think that's
height also.
yeah.
So it seems like
hmm
soft zone cannot be less than dead zone.
Okay, got it, got it.
Let's try that.
Okay, and so now
Don't we basically want the camera to move like once we hit the center?
wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
So
hmm
let me see. This no that's the hard zone. Um, this is how I'm gonna do it. This bias here, right?
Okay.
I don't know if we want to do that.
No.
Go back now. All right, yeah.
Sorry. Bringing bias back to 0. I'm trying to shift the camera a bit.
Then use screen X.
Yes, this is what I want to do.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
You get what I'm trying to do? Okay, so so then this I think needs to be adjusted. Maybe that much.
That might be a little
okay.
too much, but we'll see.
Ha! I don't know what that
Whoa.
was. I'm just gonna put it back.
Okay.
Um,
Can you play again?
yeah, sure. Because basically,
So when you
what we want is space when we get this to the center, right? That's when we
I
want
get
to start moving.
I get what you mean. Okay, so then yes, you can adjust that little yellow square and what's that called again? The tracked object offset or something?
Yeah, it's a tracked off object offset.
Yeah, so when the player's in the center, then we'll let it start to move.
Yes. Okay, so we want to track Y as well. Um, look ahead, ignore Y. No.
Well, actually, no, we have to pick because the tracked offset thing works with the dead zone, but it's a different effect.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with either one because the one that me and Chris were talking about, it locks the camera until a certain amount of a movement or like movement like left or right. Whereas this one is more like a normal camera, which might be better. But what do you think, Chris?
I don't know. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
I
got
really
it.
don't know what
I
this
understand.
soft zone stuff is. I'm gonna keep
So
an
But
eye
yeah,
on
it's
it.
the soft zone
basically
is
yeah.
interesting because it I don't see the effect it has.
Let me see here.
Um,
I think the soft zone has to do with I don't know.
hey, that's fine. We don't have to use it if we put it in
Bias X.
a bit later.
Well, if you
That's
have
okay.
no soft zone, what happens?
Hold on, guys.
hmm Yeah, if there's no soft zone, what would happen? I mean, I'm not sure if it even matters. The reason I'm thinking is because the the dead zone in blue is what constrains the player's camera. So like,
I think the soft zone is meant to be like a casual moving of the camera, like when you're in
yeah,
when you're in that area. But
yeah.
yeah.
A better thing I think is I think we could test what happens if you don't have a dead zone and you only have a soft zone. Then we could see what happens there because if there's a dead zone and a soft zone, it seems like you'll never realistically hit the dead zone on the left, the one that's here now. But if you were to make all soft zone, I don't know what would happen there.
What I want to do is I want to see if I can like basically move this around based on which direction I'm facing.
Yeah, kind of like like the local scale flip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Center on activate. We have
try
bias.
look ahead time again, because I'm wondering if that would do a similar thing, if that like causes it to look ahead a certain amount. Oh my god! Whoa. Okay, so that's not it.
No,
um,
it is doing it. It's just the
we have to
amount.
up like do we need like smoothing or oh yeah, there's no look ahead smoothing. Yeah, so can you change the look ahead smoothing a bit, and let's see if that it makes it more graceful, maybe.
Oh, okay. Let me do here.
Huh. Interesting. Nothing changes.
I don't have any smoothing at all. We have some smoothing.
If you set the object offset back to 0 and then just use the look ahead time, what happens?
Hold on.
That's kind of weird. Oh,
I
cameras.
I really don't
Yeah.
understand this. Let's bring this back to 0.
Yeah, I'd say just make that 0. So that's kind of interesting. When you move left again, it moves back and it pushes the camera forward, which isn't what we want because then the player can only see things as they move. Um,
Okay, so we need to. I think we need to. Let me see about the smoothing. Oh, let me try to do that. Oh. Okay, nope, that's even worse.
oh man,
Fine.
should we reset? Should we put it back to
Back to
0
zeros.
for everything and just yeah? So what happens here? Okay, so not this, right?
Well,
So
let me get rid of the
let's
actual camera gizmo
put look
thing.
ahead time back to 0. Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, that's not what we want. That'll be so jarring, just like jumping and having your camera just like just yeeting itself up and down.
Back to 0.
And once again, thanks to everyone in chat. We really appreciate the support. It's great to see people, the new faces and the old, and we hope you're enjoying us flailing with the camera, trying to
Yeah.
fling it around and figure out how it works on a player.
A lot of
Um,
faces today. I think we have a high active view count right now. We
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
And I see a lot of faces that I know. Feel free to hit a year in chat. They are free, right? Because we do not hold years from the people. Years are for everyone.
I think we have a panel. We have a panel somewhere.
We do.
And
We do have a
if you
panel.
scroll down.
Yeah.
Wait, we have
Yes,
a screen.
if you scroll down on our Twitch page, and then there's it says play sounds live on stream, and some cost like a small amount of bits, and year is free because year is always free.
I'm confused.
I
let's try
I
that.
say like let's I almost want to say right. Let's remove the cinema machine, add a new one so that everything goes back to 0 or something.
Oh,
Or
sure.
do that, yeah. What happens? It's fine. Yeah, just delete it. Let's just start over where everything is back to 0.
Delete
Yeah.
it.
Yep, and then let's just do that again to the camera. And now the only thing we want to do is just add the player as follow,
I'm
and
also
then
want to
let's
do the
play.
same for like look at.
Look at player, yeah. So now let's just play and let's see. This should now do a perfect a 1-to-1 follow, right?
Uh,
Oh no, it
Damping
gives a
was
little bit of
1.
like easing. Okay, so yeah, now it should be a perfect yeah. So here the player remains in the center no matter what. This is not what we want. Now put the damping on X and Y back to 1 because that wasn't the worst thing. It kind of like
Well,
let the
this isn't the worst thing right now.
no, but I think what we want is in some cases we might want to lock the X and the X and the Y, sorry, where that like up and down aren't as jittery. But
Yeah, I think we should just touch the dead zone then.
yeah, exactly. Like just touch dead zone Y, not soft zone. The dead zone Y.
Oh, yeah.
Height. Yeah, height.
Well, it needs to be
Right.
both. It needs to be both.
It needs to be
Yeah.
both. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it needs to
And
be
then
both.
so that it like makes that square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a square that where the camera doesn't move, and then when you get to that's
But I get what Alex is saying, where we want the player to be in the center, kind of like we don't want them to be all the way on the right like that. We kind of want them in certain cases to be in the like here, right? That like unless it's like a wall where if they're hitting a wall, fine, then they can be stuck on the right and not in the center. But then we
okay.
we want the player to kind of like not be in the dead middle of the screen, but kind of remain in that range. Because like here, like when you're going to the right, for example, right? You can't see the jump that you have to make next until you're like right at the edge, and that makes it kind of weird. So what I feel like we want then is kind of like a that offset bias thing to switch as the player flips almost.
Okay.
But we aren't sure. So should we leave it for now and move on until we figure out what to do with the camera, or do you want to keep trying on the camera? I'm fine with both. It's just
Well, what if we
y'all.
like think about a reference from another game so that we
Yeah,
have
right.
something to base it off of? Like,
Fair. Yeah.
do you guys like the camera in Metroid Dread?
Um, because of camera, like I'm gonna go look at Metroid Dread right now because my brain is like, yeah, I like it, but which type of camera is it?
There's not that much clamping actually.
Yeah, right. Like I feel like if I remember right, they're like they don't clamp it so hard.
I want to see Super Metroid.
And then I will look at a Hollow Knight and we'll get tons of information and options to choose from because cameras are important. I hate a bad camera. It irks me to death. So let me take a quick look at this. All right, so in Metroid Dread,
Yeah, Super Metroid doesn't really have clamping.
so is Samus always in the middle, like or like basically always
Okay,
in the middle?
has a little bit. So, like, in Super Metroid, when you have to fight those smaller bosses in the
Yeah.
square room, like
Hmm.
the camera doesn't even change at all. So it's like,
It's kind of like locked, right? And the player just moves around in
yeah,
in that space. Okay,
right.
got it.
But then the rest of the game, it just looks like the camera's just following Samus around.
Got it. Okay, okay. Um, I'm gonna take a look at Hollow Knight real quick to get another example because I just looked at Dread, and yeah, Dread doesn't clamp that much. But in certain rooms, like you said, that are small, it does.
Well,
So Hollow Knight,
wait. Can we see what that looks like, Alex, without the cinema machine, like uh blue and red? So like it's not terrible.
yeah, that's not the worst because now we just need to do the same thing on the left and right. That's all. That's what we need there because here it moves in an interesting way. In Hollow Knight, just to another example, the player if they jump a certain amount, then the camera moves up, but otherwise it stays still, and the player kind of stays in the center of the room, which may be
Okay.
good for tough platforming because you
Yeah.
want to be able to to have your player just staying there. So can we try this, Alex? Can we put it back to where the player is in the center, and let's put the height dampening to be very tight so that they like the camera will only move up and down when they jump, but if they like fall off a small ledge, it won't move up and down.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
so
by
I'm
the
saying
damping? What do you mean by the
I'm
damping?
sorry,
The dead zone?
sorry, not damping, the dead zone. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so can we reduce the dead zone height so that it's kind of like a yeah, so because it goes both ways, we need an offset on the damping because the player is then like almost always at the bottom there. Okay, yeah, that. Right, and now jump. Right, so now if you do like a high jump, so if you hold it, it'll okay, so it's right in range. So what we want to happen is for it to move up because or do we? Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough.
I kind of want it to
Well,
move based on like where you're grounded.
Okay, so then in that case, you want more of a centered feel, right? Like the way we had it originally, where not perfectly, but it almost exactly follows the player. That's what the basic one is. When we didn't change anything at all and just let the Cinemachine like do its thing, it kind of did that. It kind of just followed the player. The X and Y damping was one, and it was just like
I
a
like the
standard
Hollow Knight. I
display.
like the Hollow Knight camera.
Yeah, me too. Like if you see when they jump above a certain amount, it'll move the camera up. But if they fall off like a small ledge, I don't know if the thing you're looking at shows that it will not move too high or too low. And then same thing occurs when they move left or right. They kind of stay in the center, not perfectly, but almost. The only time they don't stay in the center is when there's a wall. So like if you're in a room and the right side of the room has a hard wall, the camera will like clamp against the wall, and then the player will like just walk off center, right?
Yeah. So how do we do that?
Good question. Um, I think we will have to use some code because we this right here will not be able to detect a wall or something or and like clamp against it. But we don't want so this one, the one that Alex has now, perfectly follows the player. They're always in the center. So
Yep.
can you make X and Y dampening to 1? So because when that was at both at 1, you get a more kind of like they're in the center of the general screen, but they aren't always like snap. Like it kind of like follows them kind of like a bit naturally. You know what I mean? Like it moves up with them, it moves down with them,
I
but it
like
doesn't
that.
like
I
yeah,
mean, I
right.
like
So
that.
so I say for right now, until we pick a more complex kind of thing, let's leave that. Let's have it be just a little bit of damping. It'll follow the player just a small amount, but it won't like snap them directly in the center. And if you want less, we can do like zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.5 on the damping. And then maybe the player will be a little bit more centered if you want to try that really quick. Alec,
Oh, sorry. I
can you
got.
try the
It
no,
seems
it's
like
all good.
the jump is breaks sometimes. Don't know why.
Okay, all right. Can you quickly just make it try 0 0.5 and 0 0.5 on the X and Y damping? And then we can take a look at that jump and see what's going on. So
Oh, let me interpolate this guy for this lady.
I think more damping was better.
yeah, I think I like the X damping. So maybe do Y damping as 1 and X damping as 0 0.5.
Damping is
Because
basically like the lag, like the camera lag in
yeah, exactly.
recentering.
Yeah, so,
Um,
so I'm saying keep X
what?
at 0 0.5. Sorry, keep X at 0 0.5 and put Y at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why one?
So now the player will be more centered, but their vertical will have more easing. Yeah, maybe the 1 and 1 looked a bit better. What do you think?
Yeah, let's try that again.
All right, yeah. So let's keep it at 1 and 1. Again, we have time to make changes. So let's leave that here and then move on. Let's fix the jump. Let's figure that out, and let's also add some fun abilities to the character. We have a camera follow that works at the moment, and we can also add some basic like kill zones and a double jump, a dash, stuff like that. Just the fun stuff
Oh,
that you'll definitely get.
look at that. Okay, this is great.
What's happening? Wait, what's happening?
What will happen?
Oh, no, it's just, jumping doesn't work.
Oh, jumping.
Now
Wait,
I
I
can
saw
figure
you
out why.
jumping though. Okay, got it.
You were so happy about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was like,
because
yeah.
it allows me to debug and figure out what's going on.
All right, cool. Yeah, so where was the jump not working? Because I saw
Oh,
you jump a few times.
I know when I hit this thing, it stopped working.
Like
Like when I
you
try to
couldn't jump at
jump
all.
at it, and then like
Mm. Also, is the player tall enough to walk under that platform or not?
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't test that out. Okay.
good.
Oh, Alex, did you put music on, by the way?
Oh, okay, my bad.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Spotify,
Throw on those lo-fi beats.
lo-fi.
The vibes are immaculate.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks. We were kind of scrambling. Fixing
Yeah.
something. Oh, no wonder there was I guess it goes through my headset. Okay. Totally forgot them. I'm sure people are hearing it. Okay. I don't actually want to hear it too much. Okay, so we have jump, but no jump.
Can you zoom in? Because I definitely can't read that.
Whoop.
Thanks. Okay, so if the input is jump and the player is grounded on the floor and they have not jumped at the moment, then we should apply a force to them. They should move upward. Yeah, they should, their velocity in the y direction should be jump force. Got it.
Huh. Has jumped is still true. That shouldn't be right.
Ah, so that's what's happening. Where do we say has jumped? If
Have-
not, if they're not grounded. Wait, what if they're not grounded and they're grounded?
No, if they're currently
as in
grounded
if.
and they were previously not grounded.
Got it. Okay. Can we call that was grounded in the code? Just because that kind of confused me. Like make like a var was grounded or something, and it's it
Well,
and it
this is
says to.
technically this technically was grounded, but it's used that is grounded throughout.
Yeah, so I'm saying, can we just set it to a var? Just because it's weird to say like it's a weird if they're not grounded and they're grounded, like
I
it just
understand what
kind
you're
of doesn't make sense.
Just let me see what this is.
Sure.
Has jumped. It's true, which should not be true. It means that this was not appropriately set to true.
Okay, so when do we set it to true? When do we set it to true?
True. The only time it's getting set to true is right here.
Okay, so let's put a breakpoint there and put a breakpoint for where it gets set false. And we can figure out when we jump, is it accurately being set to true or not?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good spot for it.
Code. Gotta figure out why it doesn't work. And so does that recompile and go right into the play mode or no?
No, we didn't change any code.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Back. So it's not gonna hit here because the problem already happened.
Okay, so let's stop playing and then replay.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get it to happen again.
So tricky. This thing.
Yeah, and this is the important stuff to figure out.
Okay, this is where it would happen. Right, no. Here. And here.
Yep.
Has jumped is true.
Okay, so now what are you trying? Are you pressing jump or something?
I know what the issue is. The jump was it was not long enough for us to get ungrounded. So we were still grounded.
Wait, what do you mean by that? I don't get it.
What he means is that because the player is underneath that platform, right? It's because it's stopping them because of the collider. When they jump, they literally don't move effectively. So they're pressing jump, has jump get set to true, but they don't get time. There's not enough time between the frames for them to be ungrounded
Oh,
because like they're clamped in between the floor and that platform. Is that
Okay,
what
so-
is that what you're
That's
getting at?
exactly what I was saying. Yes.
Yeah. Like they're literally like that platform is too low. Also, speaking of the jump, can we try and make it a bit more lofty? Not too much, only because I noticed that the animation
A bit more
runs
what?
lofty, like instead of them like falling so quick, like more like airtime before they fall.
Oh yeah, of course. I believe
Yeah.
that's adjustable by the fall multiplier.
Ah, I didn't even notice that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fall multiplier. Got it. Because I'm okay with them falling fast. It seems like they just fall a little bit fast.
Let's try 5. There's also a jump velocity fall off.
Okay, explain what all of these things are? Because I was looking through the code and I got a good idea, but let's let everyone know. So the jump force is
It
the amount of. Go ahead.
Yeah, the amount of force jumping up. The fall multiplier and the jump velocity fall off, the jump velocity fall off, I believe, is for at what point do you actually start falling fast, right? So like
Okay.
the jump isn't like, the up is sort of like
Slower than the
lofty.
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
The fall is meant to be a little more fast, a little more responsive. Because what you can do is you can actually like press it and have a smaller jump, and then if you hold onto it,
Yeah.
up to a certain point, then you could still go to the highest. So there's more control over the jump.
Got it.
And in order to really like get that, I don't think there's many games that do like a really like lofty like this. It's more like a lofty and then like a quick fall. So it essentially like applies more gravity. But this is fully adjustable, so we can play around with at what point on their up do they start really like going down fast ish, and how fast is that?
Okay.
Basically, at what point, when the velocity is going up,
Yep.
like is there like a cutoff where we're like, okay, now we're gonna start applying fast velocity down? And
Got
that's
you.
what that
Makes sense.
jump velocity fall off is.
Makes sense. Okay.
So if
Yeah. So
I
let's
can,
try 5 and let's
yeah.
see.
Oh, let me see if I can. So was grounded, not was grounded. Does this make sense now?
Yeah. So if they weren't grounded and they're grounded now, then grounded is true. If they were grounded already and they're not grounded, then is grounded is false. So they're like in the air in some form or fashion. Yep, that makes more sense.
It
to me,
essentially
Brian.
switches. It switches is grounded when the opposite. It's not always setting as grounded, but I think that's the problem now. Which is what's causing that issue with the jump. We may have to make the grounded thing a little smaller, or we just have to always check as grounded.
Got it. Yeah. And that's for that unique situation where like, because if we move that platform up by even like quarter of an inch or something, I think it'll work. It's that because it's the way it is right now, there's no space for it to go up and to fall, right?
I mean, I don't know if we'll ever have like tunnel type things that tunnel type things that like where
Like lock the player in.
Yeah, and they may do that type of jump in there.
Got it. Yeah. The only case I see it happening, right, is so we'll eventually add a crouch onto the player, right? From crouch, you should be able to jump. What if you crouch and somehow get into a small little like space for crouching and press jump? Right? What will happen there? Again, maybe it's not a real use case, but something to think about though.
We just need to somehow set has jumped equals.
Got it. Okay. So do we want to say? Okay. Not good. Okay. Yeah. Can you play it again and put the breakpoint there? I want to see what's happening again.
guys, I think an ad just ran, by the way.
And that just ran?
Wait, if anyone is viewing right now and you got an ad, can you let us know, or at least let us know when the ad comes on? Just
Yeah, we're
because
so new at this.
we're new to this and we just want to have a good experience for everyone.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
If you're currently in the ad, you would not have known what I just said. So we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
It's
If you're
true.
subbed, you won't have ads. If you aren't subbed, you may have ads. Okay, so
recursive delta, that makes
but
sense because
you're
you're
subbed.
subscribed. You're
Yeah, so
subscribed.
if you're subbed to our channel, you don't get ads. For anyone who's not subbed, can you let us know if an ad just ran or anything along those lines? Yeah, it's all good, Delta. It's all good.
We can always check for grounded instead of just swapping the two, but I think that causes issues.
Okay, then you know what? For now, can we take that as a note in our doc, and because it seems like it's only a case, as you said, when there's like this like locking of the player in between two platforms. We can keep it as I guess a bug, or maybe not a bug, but like a enhancement for our jumping.
I would say it's a bug.
Okay, then
said because
then it's a bug. Then that's all fine. Then it definitely needs to be fixed. Yeah, you're right.
It's super small.
And so it's weird because it doesn't get set back to false, but doesn't the next frame, when it checks is grounded, shouldn't it update it? Like,
the thing is,
because the physics overlap box should. Yeah, go ahead.
So if was grounded, so
yep.
if you haven't jumped, right, is grounded is still going to be true. So you would end up here, and then you'd end up with a was grounded and is grounded being true. So you hit none of these cases.
Wait, okay, one more time. So you're grounded already. So was grounded is true. Good. You jump and the thing happens where it can't detect if you're off the ground because the overlap box is going down enough where even though you're in the air for maybe a split second, it still counts you as grounded.
So you never
now
hit
not
here.
Grounded.
Where you said it's a false and then it never goes back here when you're supposed to land.
Okay. So can you show that in the editor? I think it'll be easier for us and for everyone else to understand as well. Okay, so thanks, Delta. So he went and he had it in incognito, and there was no ad, but maybe he missed it. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so you could see here.
Yeah, if you go into Steam View, can you like zoom on the floor? Yeah, so you see that green box under the player? Can they see that? Right, and now go underneath. Yeah, this little green box is how we detect if they're touching the floor. If you go to the right underneath that thing, underneath the thing, and then jump.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so what's happening is because the player isn't like picking up off the floor, can you zoom into the green box in scene view? Because even if they jump, because it's so low, they don't move. So this little box that's detecting them on the floor is always saying they're on the floor, even though they just press jump. So that is.
Can you jump right now? I'm just.
Yeah, he is. And so what happens is it doesn't even go into the animation because the animation trigger only occurs when is grounded is false. But because there's no space for the player to jump, is grounded is staying true. If you get them, like even though you're pressing the jump button, there's no space for the player to move, so they just stay on the ground.
So this issue is only happening like right there.
Because
yes, it only happens when you're underneath something, and you can, like, if we move that platform up by one like block of the tile map, it'll be fine. But it's something that we should think about because then after this, the player can't jump. Like, so what you're saying is that
can't jump after this, right? Like,
is that what you're saying, right, Al?
Yeah.
So can you move from underneath the platform and try to jump? So then you can't, right?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. Because things didn't get set right. Yeah, so then it is a bug for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's think. So now what Alex is saying is we could make the little box that tests if the player's on the ground a bit smaller or a lot smaller. But that won't necessarily fix our issue, and it may cause issues down the line with like making the platforming like kind of like extra tough because you have to make very precise jumps, and the game won't give you any kind of leeway.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we handle this now? If you jump, And is grounded is true. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Unless
Do we have to force it and say like if grounded is true? Oh, see, but yeah, it's never changing. That's the issue. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm not exactly sure how we fix that jump issue, but there has to be a way. So what were you saying before, Alex? That you could try and test is grounded, but it will break all the things?
I think it might.
Okay,
Because
got it.
there are things that are relying on it.
Okay, all right. So then, yeah, let's not do that. Okay. If you press jump, right? So where do we detect the input?
Unless I manually set is grounded to false here. Because
okay,
that's naturally the idea if you're jumping.
if they press jump, so inputs that jump means they press jump and they're on the ground and they haven't jumped already. You apply the force to their body. You set has jumped is true, and is grounded will be false. Yeah. Whereas before, what we were doing was we were only letting the overlap box set is grounded, but in this case, we may want to explicitly set it for this exact case. Yeah.
Which
So
makes
let's
sense.
try that
When
out.
you jump, you're off the ground.
Yeah.
Do we have like a can jump bool?
Yeah.
Like that? Okay.
Technically, has jump is being used as a can jump right now.
Okay, because technically, if you're under there, it should be like you can't jump, but it's going in there.
You should be able to jump. It's just you won't go anywhere. So if you see what's happening now,
I think the idea is that you could try.
yeah, it's like you can try. You just won't go anywhere. So like the player's jumping, and I think this is what we want, because
Okay.
we shouldn't block the player's actions from the code side. It should just be go ahead and jump there if you want, but you can't do anything because
Right. Okay.
there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm okay with this fix.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Sometimes the animation sticks a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed, and I removed the exit time for all of them, and so I can't tell if it's something there. Like maybe I missed the transition.
I wasn't even looking at the transition.
Yeah, because the transition, just so everyone knows again, when you set up these animation states, these states control how the animators work. So in our code, we say, okay, is the player off the ground or something? Then transition from the idle animation to the jumping animation. Are they falling down with the velocity that's negative, so like they're falling? Then go to the falling animation. Is their speed like more than 0.1? Are they moving left to right? Then transition into the run. But what you can do as well is you can have the transitions have a time that they actually transition, where it will wait 0.5 seconds or something to go from idle to run or something. Now in 2D, you don't really want that, because we don't like their sprites and they don't have such unique and blended animations. It's something that comes more that becomes more of a thing in 3D, where like you have a model for a character and they like need to naturally like lean and like interpolate their movement into a run. With sprites, you don't need it, so we set the transition time to 0.
Yeah, I
and
was
do
about
our
to say
best to
that
make sure.
transition duration should be 0.
Yeah.
I think that should do it.
Oh, but now the fall is not playing. They're kind of like getting glitched. You see them like glitching in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not transitioning to the fall and animation. And
That's
I
weird.
tried that, Alex. I tried to put no condition, so it would always force from transition to fall, right? But for some reason it does not work, and I could not get it to work. Again, to explain what's going on is there's a animation for a transition to fall, which is like after a jump, the player they kind of like adjust their feet from like the jumping position to like a falling one, which is them like they switch their legs to make it look more organic. But what's happening is it's not transitioning from the fall transition into the fall animation, and so you get like a weird. See, so here it's working. You see that like the player's leg kind of like
Yeah, I see it.
right, their leg like
why
moves
is,
to
why is
adjust.
this
working here, but not when you move, right?
Oh, so it's only working like when you're standing still?
It seems so. Can you move and yeah? When you move and jump, they kind of get. Oh wait, it's weird. It seems like it works sometimes and not others. Because before I saw the player like jittering a bit. It was kind of weird.
Is it because there's no transition from jump to transition to fall directly?
There. Oh. You might need one, Alex. Wait. Do you need a
I don't know.
transition directly from jump to transition to fall? No, because in the code we have a variable is falling which controls it.
Okay.
I think, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like it's going twice.
What's controlling run to jump? Like how are we getting from run to jump?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I think
so-
what's happening is that you see this is coming from any state.
Also, it has an exit time, but it shouldn't have an exit time.
Which does?
From transition to fall. Yeah, just uncheck the add trend. Yeah, and then make the transition duration at 0 again. I think it didn't retain
Right there.
it for some
Yeah.
reason. Maybe you did it while in play, but yeah, that should be 0.
Transition needs at least one condition or an exit time to be valid, otherwise it will be ignored.
There we go. That makes sense. So
Well,
now,
the reason what I wanted to do was essentially like have this play then this.
yeah. So I was trying that when I was doing some testing where no matter what you want is if you're in transition to fall, just go to fall and to the fall animation. Like no condition, just no matter what, just transition. Just go into it. But yeah, you see here like the player's like jittering. Weird.
I believe I know what it is.
Okay. So what do you think it is?
So we're going from any state. At least that's how I normally do things like jump. The issue is because of the transition to fall is there, and that's using falling is true.
Mhm.
Player fall is technically any state. It's a state, so most likely it's going through here in a loop like this. So
Wait. Say that one more time. Sorry.
So this is coming from any state.
Yeah. So no matter where you are,
If falling is
you
true.
can move. Oh, so it's going from fall to transition to fall.
Exactly,
Correct.
because
So it's like
Okay.
looping.
exactly.
So then what we need to do then is, yeah, so then I tried this as well, right? In my testing, I tried to make a different state called transition to fall as true. And that gave me a lot of trouble, but maybe we can try that because I ran into the same problem. What I tried to do was have a condition called transitioning to fall where the code can find out, I don't know how. I tried to say like if the velocity is between like negative 0.1 and between 0 and negative 0.1, then you're transitioning to fall, but it's not fast enough to pick up on it. But ideally what we need is if, the player is transitioning to fall, then from any state you can go there, and then falling should be from like the falling condition should only be from transition to fall, if that makes sense.
How do
Sorry,
we do that,
these
then?
words are really like all the use of transition a lot is just not great, but yeah.
So how do we do that
I
then?
mean, if we can't do it from any state, I think we just have to do it from every state, like other.
We have to manually do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yes.
Right.
Got it. Also, thanks to the people who joined in chat. I see the new names. We really appreciate it. Again, thank you for joining us for this stream. It's our first stream of our new Metroidvania game. We're working out the kinks as you can see, and we really appreciate having everyone here in chat. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to sound alert. We love it all. And again, thanks again. But yeah, so.
I think it's true.
That's what so what if you saw you probably did, Alex. My old animator was very
Why does it
complex
look like this? Hold on, let me.
because
No, that was a horrible choice to put it. It just seems like the grid is just doing some weird stuff.
what are you trying to do?
Nothing. I was just
Oh, okay.
I just find that the grid like does weird stuff.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
All right, so you took off any state to transition to fall. That's
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
I think what you got to do is from yes, exactly, from jump, but we need two things. So we
We need
need
one from
idle.
run also, right?
Yeah, we need one for
and
idle and.
so what I had was idle, jump, and run,
Yeah.
because you can run off a ledge, you can be idle, and let's say we have a disappearing platform, right? If it disappears from underneath, then you'll go right into fall, or if you jump, you also go into fall. Yeah, making the animator like clean is always tough with all the transitions, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this could literally be the hardest part of doing all this.
Yeah, that for me, that was the hardest part. Like, I got all the animations and stuff to work. I was in this like editor for so long, just trying to get the right transitions and making sure they're doing the right things, and it was honestly hell on earth. But hey, made it somehow. Okay. Yeah, we want all that to be 0. No blending in between animation. And then run can go to transition, fall, and then jump can go to transition. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I say leave the entry on the left because we'll probably have to add more things like crouching and attacking in the future, but when we get there, we'll adjust and all that stuff. All right, cool. So now, yeah, let's test it out. Let's see what happens. Will it work?
Will it work? Okay.
Okay, looks so far so good.
I think it's doing it.
Yeah, it seems like it's
Yes.
doing the right thing.
Yeah, so now do it from idle.
Yeah, so
fall from idle is jump from
is
idle
not
is always
possible,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Unless I do that. See,
Oh, that works. Yeah,
the whole
because
sliding off of the, which is something I think we should definitely. Yes.
yeah, because as much as we are using a capsule collider, like, I would be so annoyed if I was in a platformer and I just like slid off the edge.
Yeah, it's
I
not
think-
that slippery.
I think there are ways around it. Like, I think we actually have to use multiple colliders. I just didn't want to add them because I felt like it was gonna be weird.
Yeah, I say let's leave it for now. We can come back to it, but with that fixed, I think now that the jump is fixed, you want to try a double jump or maybe a crouch,
yeah,
or
sure.
I think we have tons of options. So maybe should we pick something, or do you want to make a poll and let chat choose which of the abilities we work on first?
Before we do that,
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we do that, this is more like managerial. So what branch are we on right now?
I'm not on any branch. I haven't checked in on anything.
Okay, so I guess that's something we might want to discuss while we're on stream, because we're gonna have like the feature branches, but we're working on like various features at once. So like, should we stay on main just for now and then figure it out later?
I say let's stay on main, only because the features are kind of separate and we don't want to have to manage, like, I mean, we could move all this to a new branch now, but
because we set up the camera and the camera damping, and then we also just fixed the jump.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
I'm okay with it being on main since we're on. I mean,
unless we start creating stream branches.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm okay with us being on main because we're streaming, and like we know what we're all doing together, and then we can link it later in like a commitment message to a story. But when we're doing it alone, we can do our own little like workflow stuff.
All right, that's cool. So
cool, yeah.
Do you think we should we push any of this now, or should we wait until the stream's over?
No, I say let's just push this now. Let's do things in chunks. So we got the camera to follow and we got the jump to work. Let's stop there, and the next commit will be for some ability like crouch or jump or whatever the hell.
So this is what?
This is camera? Yeah, this is camera follow on player and fixed the jump. What like you don't have to be explicit, or maybe you can. We fixed the jump from when you're locked between two platforms, and we fixed the animator.
Where's the animator?
It's
Oh,
on
it's dot
player
controller.
dot controller. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stash this. I can't
And
just
then make a
stash
new
this
branch?
one.
No, you have to stash all changes. Why?
Yeah, why?
No, I'm gonna create a branch for these animation things. I'm just gonna check. Should I just check it into main?
Just check
I
it
was gonna
in.
say, yeah.
Yep.
Just check it in because
Yeah. Fix.
let's not bore people with the the workflow stuff.
No,
of
let's bore people. Let me see.
Look, if you're a developer, if you're working on a big project, this stuff is actually very important. It helps.
yeah.
It
But
helps
if you're
your
not,
flow and your organization. It helps a lot.
But if you're not, you're watching us just do weird things with words like stash and pull and branch, and people are like, "What are they talking about?"
the machine.
So, yeah,
Camera and some.
It's fine. It's a good learning experience.
it is. Yeah, it is totally fine.
Edit initial booty.
But yes, do we want to make a little poll? I don't know how to do it, but maybe Chris, you do, and you could ask people what they.
Yeah. All right.
Yo, all right. Well, Delta says, "Yo, it's a game dev stream. Show us the dev." Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
You want to see the dev?
All right.
That's part of the dev. You're right.
All
You're
right.
right.
So I'm
speaking
gonna
of
make a
dev.
poll.
Yeah, go for it. Speaking of dev, we're using Azure DevOps right now to manage the things that we got to do. So definitely look into management type tools. It's really useful.
Yep. And then Chris, yeah, can you make a poll and let's ask people if they want us to start with a double jump, a dash, or a wall jump or / wall slide, and then we can let people pick, and then we can go from there.
So we do. Fix layer patient transition.
I think I see another new face in chat. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Maybe. Oh, right. Doesn't give us the number there. Okay, story number 19.
I'll put up the poll. I'll put up the poll for 2 minutes.
Sure, yeah, for 2 minutes while we're just getting the stuff pushed and just setting some things up. Yeah, go for it.
All right,
everyone.
Let me look at the.
Please vote. Let us know which of the abilities you want us to work on first. Are you a person who loves a good double jump? Do you love a good dash? Or are you a super fan of wall sliding and wall jumping?
Ooh.
No matter what it is, we will make it work one way or another.
Yeah. All right, guys, vote. There should be a poll that shows up in your chat. And we got 3 options: double jump, dash, or wall jump. Which is the first one? What is the first ability we should give the player?
Yep. Let us know. Let us know in this poll. I think it's actually, is this our first poll on our stream?
Yep. This is our first
poll.
All right,
the first poll, so you gotta vote.
So we got 1 vote. We got
no
wall
poll
jump.
popping up for me since.
We got wall jump.
So Gucci Mink has no poll.
Hmm.
Why would that be?
Wait, what?
Let's see.
So Gucci Mink says they don't see a poll.
Oh.
Should be at the top of your chat.
Yeah, on top of chat it says
top
current
of chat.
poll. What ability should we? Huh. Interesting. Okay.
All right. So how about this? While we figure that out, just put in the chat what you think we should work on first.
Yeah, please. Just put like.
Oh, double jump, dash, wall jump,
so
wall slide.
Double jump, dash, or wall jump / a wall slide. Just put it in the chat if you can't. If you can't vote.
Okay, we got 1 for a wall sliding. Thanks so much. And then Gucci Mink, let us know what you would like us to work on, and everyone else in chat. Okay, +1. That I like that.
All right.
And then everyone else who does have the poll can just feel free to vote in the poll. There's maybe like 10 seconds left or so. And if not, it's fine. Just tell us in chat what you want us to work on, and we'll do that. But I think we got a winner. I think we definitely have a winner. It's wall jump and wall slide, because people are like, I've seen a dash before. I've seen double jumps. We want the wall jump. We want the fun stuff, and I'm here for it. Okay, so refreshing it fixed it for you. Got it. Okay, got it.
Okay, that's
Thanks
good to
for
know.
letting us know, though. So we'll keep that in mind in the future. Thanks so much to a Gucci Mink.
Thanks a lot.
But yeah, so wall jump and wall slide, the fun stuff, right? Everyone loves that kind of stuff. So I have a general idea for an implementation that I can talk us through, and we can adjust it from there.
All right.
I looked up some general stuff, and so Alex, how the way that we determine the player is grounded, right? Is we do like a overlap box on the bottom of their feet, right?
Yeah.
What we can do is a similar thing on the front of the player, so wherever they're facing, like, because it shouldn't be on their back, it should be on their front, and then we'll flip it with the local scale, of course, and we'll just do a similar thing, where we just do an overlap box with the ground layer, and it should come from the center of the player, I guess, right?
Yeah, in order to create this player controller, I've been using sort of a guide.
Yep.
This YouTuber, his YouTube name is Taro Dev. I
know who that is. Yeah.
I've been finding his videos really informative, and this modified. I took some stuff from the code he has up.
Yeah.
So he does have implementation for
Wall slide and wall jump.
Yeah. So.
Okay. We
base it off of
pull from that. I have no problem with that. And if I had to guess, it'll likely be a similar kind of implementation.
Yeah, you had guessed it.
Yeah, you need a way to know if the player is touching the wall on the front, if it's a ground layer, and if so, we can transition into the wall slide animation, which is already set up, and then we also need to reduce their fall speed, which is another part that's important, because they should be sliding on the wall, right? Not just like falling to their doom.
Let me see what.
So maybe we can make we have a jump force multiplier and a fall multiplier. Maybe we can add a wall slide speed, I guess.
So
before we dive into this, I'm gonna use the restroom. I don't know if you guys need to also.
Go for it. Yeah, if anything, because we're in between two different things, this may be a good time for a break. This is halfway between our 3-hour streams. Maybe we can take a 2-minute break and come back.
Yeah,
I'm fine with I'm fine with that. Should we throw an ad in there?
We can, and we can throw up the be right back.
Yeah, that's
we have
fine.
that, right?
Yeah. All right. So we'll be back in like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay, so
All right, we're back. What's up?
Welcome back to BK Game Devs. Again, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We're going to get into the second leg of our stream today, where we're working on the wall slide and wall jump because it's what you all voted for, and it's pretty much the coolest thing we have on our list. Everyone knows about a double jump and a dash, but everyone loves a good wall jump.
It's probably going to be the hard. It's also probably going to be the hardest.
Yeah, but
out of the three,
it'll need the
it's
most
going to be the hardest, but it should be cool.
For sure, yeah. But it'll need the most play testing as well.
Yes.
Because if there's one thing for sure, if wall jumps don't work the way they say they do, or they're not snappy and clean, it gets really hard to do the tough platforming. So yeah, let's see what we can get done here.
All right. So Alex, I see you putting in some variables here. So like, what's the plan that you have right now?
I'm basically going off of the code that this YouTuber put up.
Can you provide a reference to us?
Yeah, it's way over here. I'm basically
And
looking over here, and
yep,
it's what I'm basing the controller off of.
Yeah. So the idea is kind of what I was.
I'll put the link on. Can I put up a link?
I think so. You should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, check that code out if you want. Basically, I'm basing this controller off of that and making modifications. I think it's a pretty good start.
And everyone else could look at it too. All right, cool.
Yeah, and for those who aren't code like friendly and stuff, the idea is, as I was saying before, we'll check to the left and right of the player's body and see if there's a wall there. And we'll also check if they're pushing up against the wall. So, because what we don't want to happen is you jump against the wall and start sliding automatically. We could do that, but we're doing it where you have to hold left against a left wall to wall slide, or hold right against a right wall to a wall slide.
Okay, that makes sense, and it's pretty self-explanatory in the code too.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, then you will go into a wall sliding state. We'll then write some code to reduce your velocity so that you fall a bit slower and have time to make a decision about if you want to jump or not. And then we'll write another piece of code which will handle, okay, if you're wall sliding, we'll shoot you off the wall at a 45-degree angle or something, in order to make sure that the player is, going up instead of just going back and forth, right?
Same thing, except this is he's doing uses 3D, and we are not.
Yeah, so we'll do overlap box.
Wait, where are you checking that they're touching the left or right wall?
Oh, this isn't handle grounding. We have to make a new method, no?
Because you're in handle grounding.
He kind of puts it in here.
Okay. Because I'm thinking handle grounding. Because
what does it? Rest. Let me see. Handle. Wall slide.
Oh yeah, I see that he puts it in handle grounding.
Could be because of handle jumping. Let me look at handle jump.
Does handle jumping handle the wall jump as well?
It uses it to a certain extent.
Got it. Okay.
Like the jump.
Because I do understand how being a wall slide is kind of like a form of grounding, kind of.
No, handle. What do you call it? Handle jumping also handles the wall jump. That's why he does it.
Okay, then that's fine. So then handle grounding, can we put a comment on top of the method just handles the grounding underneath the player as well as if they're wall sliding? Because I get how you're not grounded on the floor, but you're touching the ground layer when you're wall sliding. But does it hurt us to put that into a new method, like handle wall slide and handle wall jump, or do you want to just model it off the example?
We could model it off of the example for now, and then once we see
how it works, we can adjust it to our needs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so then you can throw it in there. So when checking for grounding, if the player's on the floor, we'll also check, are they touching the left wall, the right wall, and if so, are they pushing into it with the input?
Yeah, let's do that. We're not taking
the other
everything.
Thing that
but...
No, yeah. The other thing that we could do, just a thought. I don't know which kind of wall jump you both want. The only time I've really seen it in the game is, I think, in Hollow Knight. In most games, when you do a wall jump, you have to press into the wall to keep on sliding. If you let go of like left or right, you'll just fall as normal. Hollow Knight is interesting where you have to push into the wall to start the wall jump, but if you let go, you'll just keep sliding. And it makes it so that you can make more like you have more time without holding an input to think about your jump. Do you like that, or do you want to do it the normal way where you hold into the wall to a wall jump? I'm totally fine with both. It's just a thought.
I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't Ori do something like unique with the wall jump too? Like you kind of just like stay there on the wall, like you're kind of like attached to it.
It's kind of like a wall cling.
Wall cling. Yeah.
Got it. I like the sliding more because it lets you create harder platforming challenges, to me at least.
No, I agree.
Time. Okay, yeah.
I mean, maybe we could still have it. Could be a different ability. Yeah, it could be a different ability.
Or now, I don't mean to copy, but again, with Metroidvanias and general stuff like wall jumps, you end up using stuff from other games. In Metroid Dread, there's like the spider magnet walls, where like you don't wall jump, you just like stick to them. And I think that's a fine thing. So maybe instead of it being a ability, maybe it's like a ability with a different piece of terrain.
You're talking about the blue walls that you could like.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Or like in like Zelda, for example, you can't wall jump, but the wall cling effectively is like if there's like a hook shot thing on a wall, you can like hook to the wall. You can like cling there and wait, and then think about what you want to do.
Or like the vines. From Ocarina of Time, for example.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
Where it kind of isn't like too what's it called? Too obvious that you could climb it, but then you can actually climb it.
Yeah.
Like it's not a ladder, but like it's it's got vines on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And again, just to explain the code that's being written right now, what he's doing is he has two variables: is against the left wall and is against the right wall, both of which they're just kind of like projecting a box to the left or right of our player's sprite, and just checking, is there anything with the layer as ground? Like, is there any wall on the left or wall on the right? If so, those will be true. If not, they'll be false. And then pushing against left wall is saying, is there a wall to the left or right of me? And is the player pressing the X in the left or right direction?
Right. What is the difference between the different overlap box methods? Because this is overlap box non-alloc. So
I don't remember, but this is the one that allows me to send an array of colliders. In this case, we only want one. So it's really, these are arrays of one. This right wall, left wall, and ground. And we're able to get that. Honestly, we can get the parent through this. Normally, like if we have like hit 2D, right? I think this is physics.
If physics hit 2D or something, yeah.
Is it
physics 2D dot hit or something? I don't remember.
One of these have it.
Just an FYI. I'm looking on the Unity documentation, and it says that that's going to become deprecated.
Okay.
Overlap box non-alloc.
Okay, then let's just change that now because overlap box should still work. Oh no, overlap box doesn't have the array.
I mean, it said that for a year now, but
yeah, but that's still fair because what we don't want is we upgrade to a new Unity version toward like closer to the end of our development, and then just our wall jump just doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it says, all right, the description for this one is get a list of all colliders that fall within a box area. The note is that the method will be deprecated, and they recommend to use overlap box, and it's similar to overlap box all, except the results are returned in this applied array.
Okay. So what do you think, Alex?
I mean, what would grounded be then? A collider 2D? Okay.
No, I think it'd be the same. Just if you do overlap box, the only thing is we don't check.
Hold on. Let me
try.
Go ahead. Let me try something.
Yeah, you can't pass the array of colliders, right?
Yeah, but
With
if
overlap
since at the moment they're just singular anyway, then maybe I think what he's getting at is he doesn't need to have the array. He can just set it. Yeah. No.
Is it read only? Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking at overlap box all, and it says that it's similar to overlap box, except that all the colliders that fall within the box are returned. So that is what we want, right? The only difference between the non-allocate overlap box is that
Yeah.
this one will allocate memory for the return collider array. That's the only difference.
Okay, and in this case, we don't need the return collider array.
What does it return if nothing overlaps? No.
Yeah, null or empty array probably, if I had to guess.
An empty array is return if there's no colliders.
What about for the single?
Isn't that just like overlap box normal, you mean?
Let's see.
It's all part of the development, going into the docs and figuring out what code will not exist in a few months.
If more than one collider falls within the box, then the one returned will be the one with the lowest Z coordinate value, and null is returned if there are no colliders.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
I think that's fine. This still works because then I'm checking if it's not equal to null.
Okay.
And then this in the same way. Get rid of this guy. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Say it is against left wall. This.
Do we have a layer mask passed in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so ground mask is the layer mask for the ground layer.
Is against right wall. Right wall.
Okay.
And just for everyone, the layer mask is something that you can set in the editor in Unity, which says, okay, any object can have a certain layer that it's on. So all of the ground that the player is currently like running on and moving on that you've seen so far is on a layer called ground. And when we're checking for if the player is grounded, we check, okay, does this overlap box touch anything that has the layer as ground? And we're doing the same thing for the left and right walls via wall jumping. We're going to check, okay, on the left or right of the player, are they touching anything that has the layer ground? And we can set the size of that box and stuff and everything, because what you could do, which you probably shouldn't, you could have it super huge where like if the player is, a foot away from a wall, they could technically still wall slide. But ideally you want it to be very close to where the player is so that it's more realistic to how the body works and how people touch things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing, trying to make it more real. And now we have draw wall slide gizmos, which the gizmos, what this is if you remember seeing that like green box inside of the inside of Unity when we were playing the game about like the box that is testing for the players on the ground, this just helps us as developers to see what we're doing, because that isn't drawn by default, so you don't know where it actually is.
Yeah, it's a visual, like a colored visual of the box that the code is actually using to test.
Yep. And it's great for debugging code and figuring out what's going wrong. And it's actually how we figured out what was happening with that issue with the jump a bit earlier when we were stuck between the two platforms. So it definitely comes in handy.
Okay, that should be is against right wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at what it looks like.
All right.
Yeah. So now
What
this should. This won't go into wall sliding animation yet, though, right? Because we didn't set the animator thing.
Yeah, we did not.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
but that is it different sizes on both sides?
No, they're
Can
the
you zoom
same
in?
size.
It's an optical illusion, Quan.
Oh yes,
It's
yo,
an
yeah. I was like, wait, that looks so weird.
Wait, huh?
Wait, run into the wall?
Oh, we can't. We can't
Oh, why?
Oh,
because of
because
the.
I had to
Oh,
change the collider for the player when they're running, because like what was happening before, that was causing that issue where you clip into walls.
right.
But it moves the player. Oh, that sucks.
But if you jump, you could still get to the wall, right?
Yeah, of course, because I basically just do.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
trying to think. Is there ever a case where you can run and start sliding? Probably not, because to touch a wall and slide, you'll have to fall off something. Like you can't.
Cameras are frozen.
Our cameras are frozen.
Oh,
thank you, Gucci
Oh.
Mink.
Yo,
Much appreciated.
Thanks. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I hope it wasn't like that for long, but
How long was it for?
Probably,
Yeah.
probably not that long, but also.
All right. We're still frozen, by the way.
Yeah. Me and Chris are still frozen.
Oh, that's weird.
Thanks, Gucci Mink.
Jeez.
I'm like mid blink. Oh my god.
Hold on, I got you. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
no
go.
worries.
Ooh, whisper.
All right.
Nope, I'm still stuck. Oh no, I'm
What?
here. I'm back. I'm
You're
back.
good,
I'm
you're
back.
good, you're
No,
good.
I'm good.
Here we can do maybe a bigger offset then. But I don't know. I don't.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, thanks, Gucci Mink. It's all good.
I mean, that's okay.
That's a huge offset though. Like when.
Yeah, like
Oh, that's weird.
because
Why is that
Because it's-
happening?
what?
Oh, it's because the square is.
Like
If you
away from
get
the
too
wall.
close, if you get too close to the wall, it's just okay.
But no, that's weird. But it should still be detecting it though, right?
Well, no, it's because when you jump, you're closer, so the square is being drawn like too far.
But it's still touching that layer. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
this is probably fine when you think about it, because the only time you really need to care about wall jump is when you've actually
Is when you're in the air.
jumped, like
Yeah,
that's the
it's
only
either
time
if you
care.
jump or fall, and that's what I was getting at. That we should be fine
All right.
because
Okay.
yeah.
right.
So let's leave for now. Again, we'll definitely play test if we find a scenario where it doesn't work, we'll adjust as needed.
We're probably gonna change up this player anyway, the animator and everything at some point. I
Yes,
don't think we
because
should-
right now,
Yeah.
make big changes now. So now we can
Right
go into
now.
the what is it called? I think I already made or maybe it's gone now, but we can make a wall sliding bool in the animator, and from any, should we do it from any state? We could do it from any state where if wall sliding is true.
Sorry,
then,
you guys probably froze again. That's my bad. I keep minimizing this. Don't worry, people. I'm freezing.
Okay. Yep, I see myself nice and frozen.
Really? Again?
No, wait, it's coming back.
Chris, are you talking? Okay, come on. There we go. Because I haven't named your camera.
That's
I'm
nice.
back.
I have my own camera. Thank you.
Let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna do. Keep minimizing things. I have this. I was gonna handle wall stuff now. Actual wall.
Okay.
Like the wall jump, you
Yeah,
mean?
let's do it step by step, right?
Sure, yeah.
Handle jumping. Let's add handle wall slide. Slide. I don't like the the whole idea of copy pasting. I like to just type it out myself so I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I totally get it, because when you copy pasta, it's very easy to not understand what's going on. But,
Left or
yeah,
right wall.
just referencing it. So sliding, yeah, you'll be sliding if you're pushing up against the left or right wall. And then if sliding, okay.
And wall sliding?
And not wall sliding.
Oh, not wall sliding.
So, like, if you're not already wall sliding, are you using that variable anywhere? It's a private bool. That's what it is.
It seems like he's only using it there, but he's using it for Oh, he's got to climb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wall grab.
our animation, like our current like placeholder also has a climb, so that may come into handy if we have vines or ladders or whatever it is. So I think that could be cool.
Sliding wall.
Yeah.
Sliding. We really need wall sliding.
So
Pushing
sliding
back
is
wall
I like sliding.
No, I know. I'm pretty sure we're gonna use wall sliding. I'm just unsure what.
Oh, you mean the
used for.
Boolean?
Yeah,
The
like
Boolean.
why?
the true fall.
I'm seeing
Well,
it
let's see what this guy is doing.
Oh, he seems to be using it like he would ground it. Like sliding is like is grounding, while sliding is like was slide.
Uh-huh.
So then should
It's
we
a state.
rename it?
It's a sort of state. Yeah. Well, here we can call it wall sliding. We don't have a section for that, do we? Cool. So okay, yeah, let's do this. Here. Wall sliding. Wall slide. Wall sliding. I like the way he's grouping things, but I also like to put things at the very top.
Yeah, I guess you call me old school, but the very top is nice because I feel like sometimes I forget where in the code I made a new section, and then I end up like losing it. What happened?
No, I was saying you youngins.
And I like this header thing that shows up in the editor. Like I didn't know about that. That's pretty dope.
I knew about it. I just
Wait, so what does that do?
it groups
If you
things.
yeah, can you go into the editor really quick?
Yeah, I should be able to.
If you see for player controller once it comes up, Chris, you see how there are sections. It says like like
that's awesome. That's
yes,
awesome.
and then it creates like and then it's more readable for us, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what we need. If you do write code, you already know that readability and organization are key. If you don't, it is key. It gets very easy to lose all the code you've written and forget what goes to where, and so this organization is like ideal for us.
So it's parenting based on which wall it's fine. Wall sliding is equal to true. I wonder if it seems like it's there are particles that they're playing, so we're not using that just yet.
So funnily enough, the wall slide animation we have has its own effects. Like
Add
for like
sliding until actually falling in order to prevent jumping against a wall. Okay. If is falling.
Wait, what's wall slide particles?
And I think so. If you were to look at his full demo, he has sort of particles. In fact, we should just actually go to his full demo.
kind of like particle effects that run when the user is sliding, right?
Oh, I see. He has a particle system in here. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and so what I'm saying is the current sprites that we have right now, these sprites have a little effect on them like dust, so we don't need to worry about that at the moment. But yeah.
Lost my. Oh no, here it is. So it seems like they're adjusting the velocity. Just basically overriding whatever velocity you normally use, which I guess it's fine.
Yeah, which makes sense to me. It should be
is equal to new, 2 0 negative slide speed. That's what he's doing. That's pretty. Seems pretty okay.
Where do you see that?
On line 208. Else if.
Okay, got it. Yeah, exactly that. So a wall slide speed, just they'll move down at a rate of our choosing, which should be much slower than the actual like normal falling speed.
Transform dot set parent. No. Wall sliding is equal to true. False. That's pretty much what they do.
Yep.
So, or I think if you want it to be sort of readable, right? I think. was sliding?
Yeah, that really helps me to understand. So if they were sliding on the wall, um, so now if they're sliding on the wall and they weren't previously sliding, then make them a parent of the wall. Set wall sliding to a true, and add the velocity. If they were not sliding and they are sliding, sorry, if they aren't sliding now and they weren't sliding before, then parent should be null, and wall sliding is false. That makes sense. Yep.
Surprised this isn't coming into play when you do like regular walking. You see where dashing is used. That's the one place that
Wait, Alex, how's that falling code work there? So you're setting the velocity to a vector with negative slide speed for the y.
yeah, it's basically
Yep.
you're just sliding like against the wall. You're just
Okay.
straight down, right?
Yeah,
Until
yeah,
you're not.
okay.
But I'm curious as to how that really like. Yeah, I guess so long as you're pushing against the wall, this should always be the case. Like
Yeah, exactly
movement,
that.
movement will essentially be,
You're pushing against the wall, you'll be
Moving
stuck.
slower.
You'll be stuck to the wall, but still like moving down.
Exactly, and you're
Okay.
moving at a negative, and your velocity is negative slide speed. The reason it's negative is because we want to move them down. If it was positive, they would like slide up the wall, which is kind of funny.
I'm just wondering how walking is not overriding this, but I think there's a reason it doesn't.
It's because they're not grounded. Because walking only like you only change to walk and do all that stuff if they're grounded. No,
No, it always.
I mean sorry, but you only put the walking animation. In this case though, because you're setting the velocity to 0 on the X while wall sliding, they aren't moving through the collider. Like, is that what you're getting at? Like, why aren't they moving?
Oh no,
like,
no, they
through
can't
the
move
wall?
through it. Yeah, no, it's fine. This makes sense. It
Yeah,
makes sense
yeah.
because even if you're still walking toward or moving towards that way,
The collider stops you with a hard stop.
yeah, so you're still
Yeah.
you're still affected by whatever velocity that was.
Yep.
But I'm surprised it doesn't always. Let's just see what happens, right?
Yeah, let's just try it out, and if it breaks, hey, then we'll fix it. But
Yeah.
I think we should be good, and
So
I know we're always excited to see a nice
handle
wall jump
walking,
and a wall
This is the first
slide.
time I've ever handle wall slide.
Same.
This is right here.
I did like a little basic wall slide. I didn't even do the wall jump, and it kind of worked. But this is a much better. It's the same approach, but it's a bit cleaner. So in this case now, we have to set wall slide speed. Did
It's set to
we
1.
set it? Okay, so 1 means that we should be falling very slowly, right?
Right.
Try negative 0.1. I'm just curious if is 1 too high or something.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me look at handle jump. What he does in handle jump, because that's
Sure.
handling like falling.
Yes, with handle fall, it applies that fall multiplier, right? But what we want to do is if we're wall sliding, we want to negate the fall multiplier, right? They should fall at a rate of our choosing. Is it something like that?
Yeah. Current is equal to wall movement. Wall jump movement.
Got it.
left
Okay.
is 5.
Got you. Makes sense.
Let me see where this is used. Last wall jump to this. No, I don't. I just don't see where he's actually using. Like is against wall. Because he only uses it during the jump. I don't see where he would use it for the fall.
Use it in wall grab
Yeah.
and in the jump.
Don't add sliding until actually falling or to prevent jumping against a wall.
Yeah, because you don't want them to start sliding. I guess it depends. I guess at the arc of their jump, you want them to be going down first before they start sliding. I guess, but do we want that? I don't know.
Gonna let me try it again. See if I
Go into just scroll down and in player controller, let's see if wall sliding is turning true, and then we'll also check the velocity. Yeah, do 0 point. Like, let's see if it's. I can't tell if it's working. All right, so
if we look at
make it high.
velocity,
Like,
it's not. If we're looking at velocity, I'm looking at it right now. It's not.
okay, so it's not taking effect. Got it. Okay, so that's why the player is still falling fast.
But it could be. I'm using is falling.
Should throw in some breakpoints.
Oh yeah, I think. Okay, yeah. What I think is happening is
Let me just
the
try
fall
this.
multiplier is overriding it. Right body. Rigid body dot.
What did I put down?
Right body.
That's funny.
Yeah, so if their velocity is less than 0, now will this work?
Let me
seem
see what
like
the colliders are doing.
it's green, so wall sliding should be true.
Okay. Well, the only thing I can think of is handle jumping.
Yeah, my instinct tells me it could be this line of code that, yes, exactly. Like, because you're using falling, it may be just overriding the velocity to the fall multiplier speed, and that might be the case there.
Unless wall grab is literally like what it needs. Oh.
Yeah, maybe unless either wall grab could be what they're calling wall slide, or maybe wall grab is literally like the act of getting into a wall slide, or wall grab could be like a ledge grab, but
I'm not seeing any code in wall grab that is
Oh,
actually
okay.
like prevent use rb.use gravity is equal to not grabbing. What? Grabbing is equal to left wall, right wall. Oh, I see.
Okay,
So if he's grabbing, then you're not using gravity at all. And then
Oh.
okay, I'm not gonna worry. Oh, we got something. We got something. I don't know what it was. Oh, thank you for the follow, Mr. Average _Joe.
Thanks,
We appreciate
Mr.
it.
Average
Thank
Joe.
you.
We appreciate it. Thanks for the follow.
See, now it's happening.
Wait, what? Sorry, go ahead. All right, now and now make it like a 0.1, so we can really see like a very slow slide, so that we can tell the difference. Like, is it working or no?
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Am I still looking at this guy? Yes, I am. Where's rigid body? Here it is.
I can't tell a difference.
No, because
Like,
it's not. See, this is not updating every single time. You know what I mean? I think like this should really be out here or something.
At the bottom,
because otherwise it's gonna keep. Yeah, let's try this.
Okay, yeah. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's working.
Right. Okay.
Oh, the moment I turned it didn't let me. I can't get out of it.
Oh, you can't get out of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh crap! What is this?
Oh, yo.
Oh no, it's probably because I couldn't get out of it until I was grounded or something.
But just jump, like the player is like, yo.
Wait, why is that happening?
Why is that happening? Oh, hold on. Sorry, that's my fault. It's falling and is also.
You didn't put it. It's falling and wall slide.
That's why. Yeah. See.
And now do a normal jump. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Wait. So what happens on the wall? Yeah. Okay. But you can't jump off the wall though, right?
No, because we didn't write that code yet.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's too slow, but we know it
yeah.
works though. We know it works.
What's the animation for wall slide that we have?
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
I'll show. It looks pretty good. Like again, these assets are pretty good. You know, it's pretty solid. The only thing we have to figure out is we don't have to figure anything out because we already do the camera flip. But yeah, once we set up the animator,
yes, that's one of the things. I think he did have some sort of stuff for camera flip based on wall stuff.
I get it. Okay.
Let me look at that.
I think it should. For right now, it should be fine though. Like, if you set up the animator, I don't think we have to worry about the flip for the wall. But I think you mean for the wall jump. You mean?
Oh no, this is for grabbing. We're not there yet.
Like the wall slide part?
No, the facing direction thing.
I'm not sure I get what you mean. Oh, like how when you turned around, you were still like sliding. You mean?
No. Just ignore me. Don't worry about that for now.
Okay, sure.
Oh,
But yeah, what I'm saying is the animation for the wall slide is set up. We should be able to see it working. We may have to adjust the colliders. So if anything, right, what we could do is because we have to adjust the pivots of the sprites because I noticed an issue with that, but we can try it out first.
Slide? No,
it's a bottom wall slide.
Wall slide.
So just press play. Just go to the wall slide and then press play. That's the animation. So it's like pretty good. They do look like they're sliding down a wall. But go to player jump or something because I feel like the colliders were weird and I was testing it out and then we may need to change them. So press play. And now from here I'll just stop it. Right, and I'll go to player wall slide and then play it again, and you're gonna see I think that the player's gonna like shift a lot. Kind of. But yeah, let's try it out and see. I think we will need to move the pivots though, because I think we're gonna run into an issue, but I can take care of that if anything. Okay, but yeah, so now what we can do is so what's happening is because the player isn't centered, the colliders are kind of weird.
I can't really move them.
You can't really move what?
The colliders.
The colliders, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We may need to move the pivot so that the wall slide is just in the right place. For right now, let's just set up the animator and let's see what happens.
Unless we do based on center of the collider.
And when the collider moves, yeah, let's. I get what you mean. Let's leave it for right now, though. Let's just set up the animator and see if this runs or if it causes an issue. If anything,
okay.
I can walk you through moving the pivot, or I can do it on my side and like push real quick. But either way, yeah, if we go to that the animator, we can create a new parameter called wall sliding. Is it already there?
Player wall slide?
No. I'm saying, yeah, we can make a new Boolean parameter, and then we'll set that in the code. I think you have a method for set animator.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah, it's already doing its thing.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we'll just do we'll just add a line here for wall sliding, and then it'll do its thing.
Wall sliding. Sliding.
Wait, we don't have to like manually set it?
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't show you guys. I did something cool again. I think I think it's.
Wait, what do you mean?
We had to set the transitions. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
That's what we had. No, okay. I was just gonna say I did this thing where we don't have to bring in the animator. I'm just putting it as Unity event, which is string and bool, which is exactly what set bool is. It's just string and bool, and it just takes it.
No.
Nice, cool. I'm all for it, dude.
Yeah, so we don't have
Cool.
to explicitly bring in the animator as a private property into player
Yep.
controller and then
Yeah,
say
yeah.
simple. We just
All
do it
right.
in
So
here.
what we need to do then now is from jump and oh no, because we're only doing wall slide when falling is true. So we only need a transition from fall, right? Or will fall or transition to fall, or maybe just fall.
I think our stream might have frozen,
Really?
or that's my internet. I don't
Oh
know.
no, yeah, I see it. I see it.
That's weird. It's I don't see any what do you call it? I'm not getting any I'm still live on this thing it says.
But I do see a loading thing.
Me too.
Okay.
Should be good now.
That's weird. There's no cut. Yeah, it seems like we're okay.
Hey, sorry. We are back. It seems like there was a issue with Twitch for a quick second.
Or Optimum.
Or right or
my phone's
internet.
internet rather, because if there was an issue with Optimum, I'd have issues.
Can everyone is everyone still seeing the stream and everything well? Like, can someone just ping if are we frozen? Are we not frozen? Can
Are we
you
all
hear
good?
us?
Where do we transition for wall slide?
So go from I think it should be from fall to wall slide because
That's a very good.
That's where because we aren't doing it on jump, right? We're only doing wall sliding when it's falling is true. So do that, yeah.
But if we do that, will it go to exit or will it go to wall slide?
Well, no, I'm saying just we have a new variable called wall sliding, right? So, what is the transition from fall to exit?
Falling is false.
Okay, yeah, then that's fine because if falling is false, then you can't wall slide. So what we'll do is we'll set from fall to wall sliding, and the transition will be if wall sliding is true, and if falling is true.
All good, thank you. Oh yes, it is going in and out right now.
Okay, got it. Okay, so for Delta, it's all good. For Aurora, it is going in and out. Okay, is it still happening? Let us know if it's still popping in and out, and then we'll check and see if it's something on our side with OBS or if it's Twitch or whatever the case is.
Yeah, I'm not getting any what do you call it? I haven't gotten any disconnecting things from Streamlabs, so.
On the stream
Okay.
manager, it says that we have an unstable connection and that the bit rate is not good.
That's really weird.
Got it.
Says my
Okay,
stream
okay.
quality is good.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah,
Okay,
It
all right.
happens. It happens.
Okay. I mean, if
Yeah, it seems like
if-
this internet is being a little weird now. Please bear with us. It's internet. It seems like that's what's happening right now.
the wall
Just-
sliding is
just
true, it
internet.
goes into player wall slide.
And then
I mean-
yeah, I think that makes sense. And then, so you exit when wall sliding is false. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
But it is
suggest-
possible to go back into falling, right?
Yes. Because you can wall slide, and then if you go off the wall, then you go into falling. But the reason I think that will be okay is because
Let's try this. Let's try doing this, and we add the condition for here
that wall sliding is false.
false. Yeah, and then that would
Yeah, I'm
just
fine
go
with that.
straight back to into
Yeah. Into fall and then into exit, which will just
Exactly.
take care of. Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's all good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. And then now let's see.
Haha.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Oh, through the wall.
I think that's a collider thing, right?
It's a collider thing.
So all right, can you go to project?
Yes.
Go to art, player, individual sprites, and then wall slide.
Art player.
Individuals. So double click on player. Oh, and then warrior. Sorry, individual sprite, wall slide. The second from the bottom. Yep. And now can you click? No. You don't need to open them. Just click on the top one. Go to sprite editor.
Oh,
Yep. Can you now click on in the lower right? Click on, from pivot and make it custom. Yeah, so that's so yeah. So that should be pixels. The pivot unit mode should be pixels. And can you make the
pixels. Okay.
yeah, and then make the pivot as custom, not center, because the true center is not here. And I'll move it to like her waist, kind of.
Here?
Yeah, so move it to what are the numbers? Can you tell me? It should be at
26,
20.
19.
Move it to 24 and or like 24, 25, because if you, here's how I do it.
Keep in mind it's gonna be flipped.
What do you mean?
It should still be.
Yeah, but the pivot still needs to be in the center of the sprite, right?
Yeah.
So if you put your cursor to the rightmost point and the leftmost point, it should be 16 on the left and 32. Is it 16?
Mm-hmm.
And then 32 on the right of her arm. And then what that means is the middle is at 24,
30.
right?
Oh, I see. Yes.
Right. So then 24, and then I did the same thing for top and bottom. So the bottom of her foot and the top of her head is how I figured out the middle of that pivot there. So what is it?
2 and 37.
So 2 and 37 means there's 35 in between, so we can pick 17 or 18 as the middle ground.
24 and 18.
So yeah, do 24 and like 18, and that's like her waist, right? Which makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and then hit apply.
Yeah.
And now just do the same thing. So
That's
24.
Very smart.
I had to do it for all these sprites, so I had to make a system, dude, because it was killing me.
Can I just do this? Same thing? Same sizes, or do I have to like look at it again?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just do custom and put the exact same size, because the sprites have the same size, so it's all good. Yep, same dimensions. That's the right word for it. It's part of the development, manually moving the pivots on your sprites.
Yeah.
And now the other thing you have to do before you play is now go to animation, right? No, sorry, the animation pane, not animator, animation. Yep. And now click on player, and click on wall slide, and then go into scene view and like zoom in on the player like real close. Right. Now go and now play wall slide. You see how their collider is wrong?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is important. Can you click on the? Wait,
No, don't change it yet.
I'm not changing.
Okay.
All right, go. Can you go to the first frame? Go to the, or can you change the style to frame? So can you, or that's fine at the beginning of the thing. Also, just to tell you both, I found this out. If you click on the 3 dots on the right of the animation pane, all the way on the right, you can change it from timeline to frames. Frames, I think, is better for sprites, so you can see exactly what is showing up at like frame 1, frame 2, frame 3.
Oh,
that's how I built the animation. So if you go to frames, yeah, right. So now if you go to frame 0,
yeah, I am on it.
Yep. Now click on the record button, that red button next to preview.
Yeah.
Right. Now now that you pressed it, anything you do will be recorded. Now it's in the editor. Just use the slider for offset and size to just move the collider to where it should be. And so what I did is I moved the right side of the collider to be perfectly with that line on like the right side, because her arm, her foot, the way they made the sprite is very nice, where it is like perfectly aligned to the right of the sprite.
X should be a little more to the right, right?
Yeah, X should be like it should snap to her right hand. Nope, that's too far. Bring it in. Yeah, that should be good, because it's following the line of the sprite, and then you can move it up or down as needed.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're done, click the record button again, and it will stop.
How's this?
I say move it down a bit, like just a tiny smidge, so that yeah. So now the bottom of her foot and the top of her head are kind of I think that's good.
Okay.
And now click the record button.
Oop.
And now you're good. So now if you go from like idle to now if you play the animation with that little play button, the collider will be in the right place for the whole sprite. Yeah, like that looks good, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, so I had to do this for like almost every animation because the player was just clipping around.
Hey.
There we go, right? That's fresh, right?
Or not?
Or no.
Sometimes not.
Okay, so it's not perfect.
Let me
So
see
I'm not sure what.
where it's probably where the see, this one's fine.
Oh,
Oh, and they just like yeet into. That's funny.
I mean, it's doing it. It's just
But
needs
sometimes
needs some
the
work.
players like off the. So if you see there, the player was not on the wall. They're kind of like floating. So can you do that and then press the pause button, and then we can see?
Okay, no. Okay. Pause. Ah, crap.
Just keep your mouse there,
Yeah.
and then then yeah, I think that might work. All right, no. Of course now there. Yeah,
Hold on. Sorry. It's really.
it's all good. It's all good.
Damn
I
it.
understand. I understand. It's all good.
Let me. I'm gonna have to do some really weird stuff with my fingers here, but.
Oh, here comes the clog rip from a smash when you gotta start doing that crazy stuff. Frame perfect click.
No, when I pause it, it.
Oh really? Oh, because you're not pressing against the wall. Okay, that's totally fine. But yeah, so the clatter is the issue there because sometimes she's perfectly snapped to the wall, and then if you see there, she's kind of like floating in front of the wall.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't tell. Oh, could it be based on the moment when the collider hits is when it's choosing when to transition into the animation? And because the box goes up kind of far ahead of her, if the left edge of the box is what touches,
And we just decrease the
she's
width
floating.
of the boxes.
Yes, we need to decrease the width of
Let's use
the
2.5.
box.
How's that? Smaller. Better.
That could
Yeah,
work.
but there may still be a bit of a floating, but okay, no. If not, then hey, we got a wall slide, baby.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in business, baby.
Recursive Delta suggested doing a screenshot.
Screenshot.
That could have worked.
But we want to debug, right? Yeah, but
that, but also we fixed it. But thanks for the suggestion, though. Also, I'm not sure.
Wait, did I see it? Did I see the box? No.
A
little bit.
Yeah.
I think I just need to decrease it even further.
Yep. But we found the issue. It's because it's shooting out a little bit too far.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe even like 0.2 or 0.15.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Yeah, so it'll be like a bit like you're only. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Let's try this. Woo. Yeah, I think the small. In fact, I feel like ground checking should be a little less too.
Yeah, because they're kind of like in the ground, and then let's also try against a right wall just to make sure that the sprite is flipping correctly.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeet.
That's not great. Oh, because of it's the
the animator, right?
No, it's the ground height.
Oh, the check was not enough. Got it.
Yeah. Why is it so zoomed in? Oh, because of this. That's my bad.
That's what we gotta fix.
Yeah.
Because the capsule collider makes
that's
them
a problem in Wake
off.
Up as well.
Got it. Yeah.
Doesn't work.
All right.
Wait.
Doesn't work on right walls.
What's going on here? Oh,
yeah. So
it's not detecting it.
That should have a ground there because the player is not walking through it. Can you zoom in even more in the scene view?
Oh, it's like it worked a little bit. Why?
It's the positioning.
Of what?
You see it? You see the collider?
No, can you zoom in a bit more in the scene view? Just a tiny bit more. Sorry. Okay.
All right.
It's not big enough anymore.
Right.
Why? But that's weird.
It's going past the wall.
Oh, I thought that. See, so what I thought was that even if it was inside the wall, it would count it as a check yes because that whole tile is a ground layer. but it doesn't.
It's got to be like an overlap, I think.
It needs to be an overlap.
Got it.
like,
Overlap. Okay. So maybe it's not that it's too small. It's that the offset is weird. Because you see how it's like, can you move the player sprite back so I can see the whole sprite?
Yeah.
Like, it's like move to the left of them or something.
Yeah, sure.
Like yeah, just move them to the left. Yeah. Okay, so it's like on her.
You see. Yeah, this one is nicely on it. This one is not.
Got it. Yeah. This one it needs to be on the collider, but it's like off center and not off center. It's not on the collider. Whereas the other one overlaps the player collider and the outside. The one on the right doesn't overlap the collider at all. Yeah, it needs to come in a bit.
Well, what do the boxes look like when you're wall sliding? Because don't we adjust the collider when it's wall sliding?
Yeah, but it's it sort of, you know,
But
that's a good point.
It draws it from the collider, so no matter where the collider is where it draws it from. But what's happening is that it's more so that the offsets are the same, but because of the character's sprite and their collider,
Yeah,
like it's not perfectly even. I think is what's
In order
happening.
for a
Like,
player
the
to
right side.
A rigid body, it has to have a collider, correct?
Yes. No. You can take off a capsule collider and they'll just fall, but they won't. Oh, you committed.
I control Z. I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, yo.
Yeah, we're still seeing these same issues.
Yeah, but we're almost there though. We are almost there. We got it to work on the left wall, but not the right.
Looks like
wall.
I'm gonna have to do it. I want to do this.
So what are you doing now?
No, I'm just pulling in the collider so I can get its position and use that as a center.
Got it. The way we did in a wake up.
Did we do that in a wake up?
Yeah. When we drew our raycast, we used the collider bound to that size, and then we used the center.
Yeah. I was hoping it didn't have to.
Why though? I'm just curious.
I dislike dependencies in code.
Fair enough. Yeah, because sometimes the collider won't be loaded and stuff. So I totally get it.
Yeah, unless we can. It's not that bad. Let's see if this works in the first place. Handle stuff overlap position. Okay, so here we're gonna get component. I don't think it really matters what collider we get.
No, if you get the collider 2D, it'll default to the capsule collider, and then we can use collider.bounds.
I'm not gonna use.
We have to find the center.
Yeah, I think I just need the center.
But I think that's how you have to use it. Like collider.center is not a thing. I think you have to do bounds.size or something.
Oh, bounds.center.
Size. Okay, yeah, there. Yeah, bounds.center. Because the bounds will give you the actual like shape, and then the center is, I think, the center. I think, but do not quote me because
you're quoted.
I'm quoted.
Somebody, is there a feature like that on Twitch? Something worth
probably where you can just clip something that someone just said, and Quan, you're quoted.
I could add a stream marker.
It didn't work, right?
Mm-mm. Because the collider is changing based on animation, I think, and.
But even on idle,
because there's an offset. There's an offset.
Oh, there we go.
Forgot about the offset.
Okay, so then maybe we can keep the old code and just change the offset.
Thank you for the follow. Who is this? Dominique Siegfried?
Thanks, Dominic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Plus.
We really appreciate the follows. They help us out a lot. And we appreciate you all just showing up in chat and hanging out with us and watching us, work through the kinks and the development that goes with building a game. And by end of the stream today, I have faith that we will get our wall slide and wall jump to work.
Let's hope. Oh yeah, we got 30 minutes.
20
left.
minutes.
we got 20 minutes. We'll see. We'll see.
We shall see. I don't know if I can get the
How do we do it in Wake Up? If anything, I'll go take a look right now. So just give me 2 seconds.
We were using extents, but what we just need is a position.
Okay, let me see.
Where are extents? This is always half of the size of. I can also open up Wake Up.
I have it open here. So what we did is we used collider.bounds.center minus a new vector 3 0 size.y divided by 2 and 0. Yeah, so we cut the center in half. Huh.
Yeah, I'm not.
You see that?
I know what you're talking about. Hold on. I think if I can get the offset, I can. Collider
Sure,
offset. It seems like it's a. Oh, why didn't I see it? That's weird. Huh? Oh.
Where are you looking at, Quan? You're looking at check grounded, right?
Yep. And you see, we were originally using the origin was the center of the collider minus a of vector 3, where we cut the size of the collider in half.
The size, well, okay, from the Y though.
Yeah, so Y we cut the size in half to get the middle, and then yeah.
Okay.
But I get what he's trying to do here, where he's getting the offset of the collider.
Yeah. If we did it that way, we'd have to do it with the X.
Yes, the X. You're right. Yeah.
Alright. This should work. If it doesn't, I don't know.
If it doesn't, I will. I'll send the RIP sound alert.
Yeah. and if it does work, everyone send the victory fanfare.
It didn't work.
All right.
I guess time. Send those RIPs, y'all.
God. All right.
Did it work?
Makes me feel sad. It didn't work.
It didn't work?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
What? Oh no, the sound worked. I'm
sorry,
sorry,
the sound worked.
Sound worked. Yeah.
Okay, but did it show up on?
I don't know.
Did it show up on stream?
I don't know.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. This is probably because the collider offset is Yeah, I have no clue why. Why it wouldn't work.
So then, do we want to? Yeah. Do we want to? Yeah, it's tough. I'm not sure. I thought the offset thing would work. Can you go back into the code and let me see the code for the right box overlap again?
No, hold on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, why is there an offset on one and not on the other? It's weird.
I'm providing the offset.
Grounder offset.
Oh no. This is probably working. It's the gizmos that were not.
Oh, because we didn't add that to the gizmo.
Yeah, in fact, let me see if this let me comment down for now. Let me see if the actual this actually provided the proper center.
Oh, the gizmos aren't being drawn right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that we forget, drawing the gizmos. Yeah, I definitely forgot about that. I'm like,
I never would have thought
of
drawing gizmos. There's a lot of things that we do now that I would have never done before.
Yeah, but I'm so glad that we do. Being able to see them there is okay. So it's better. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
No, that works.
Better. Okay.
Let me see where this is at when it's lighting.
Sure.
Okay, even when we do this, because it's still touching the wall.
Yeah, why do they clip through? I'm trying to... Because they become grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're grounded. But it's weird because wall sliding shouldn't happen if falling. If you know what we should do in the animator? Let's also transition from wall sliding to grounded. I mean to idle if grounded is true. Because in that case, we're right there. Even if you're touching the wall and wall sliding, you should go back to idle state because you now touched the ground, right?
I think we could just do that from code. Just like disable.
Okay, sure.
Disable wall sliding once grounded. Wall sliding.
Okay,
wall
so
sliding is not true. Handle
so then don't do it here. Actually, we have something up above. Go to handle like grounding. Isn't there a place where we check? Yeah. If not was grounded and grounded, we could put it in here instead of having to add it inside of wall sliding, right?
No, we still might have to add it here.
Okay, got it. Oh yeah, so sure. So if grounded, then wall sliding is false then.
Yeah, or we could add it to the animation. I think you're right.
Yeah, because then it'll take care of itself because the code already just figures out if it's grounded or not. So if the animator
Well, if you're grounded, you're no longer falling. Right?
Maybe that's the issue because you're right. So go back. Can you play the game, right?
Yeah. See, you can only be falling if you're not grounded. So you're already grounded to begin with. So wall sliding
Then
should
why
also
is
be.
it yeah.
Oh no, wall sliding depends on if you're pushing the wall itself.
Right.
But even so, it should be if you're pushing the wall. Oh.
So it's got to be this. It's got to be.
It needs to be pushing.
And like not grounded.
Yeah, and not grounded. Yes. Yes, that makes okay. So you are sliding if you're pushing up against the wall.
Yeah, that's
you're touching a wall by wall sliding, and you're not on the ground. Yes, I do think that should fix our problem.
So many errors.
Yeah, we'll fix those. Good. Yeah, that's what should happen because you're still holding left, so you start going into the run animation.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and now
we had to test the right?
Yeah, let's test the right wall.
Yeah, that was the original problem.
Yeah.
All right, but this is nice.
Yeah, this is more than we did in Wake Up in terms of movement.
Yeah.
So many stories we've completed. Just
yeah, right.
That's what we call our tasks.
Yeah.
Hey,
nice.
All right, let me look at player. Let me give her a real good looking. Let's see. I'm trying to see if the animation does any weird stuff. No, it seems pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth and snappy. Nice.
If you have enough channel points, you should redeem victory. Like that's what you should do right now. If you're watching.
Yes, exactly.
If you want to.
If you
feel like it.
If you feel like it, but we would definitely appreciate the victory screech if you're a SpongeBob fan.
It really does seem like we're good to go in here. I'm trying to see if there's like a slight jitter. No, it seems pretty. Sometimes.
But for the most part, so because the falling animation is trying to figure itself out. So you know what? Should we allow you to do it from jump and not only fall? Because I think what's happening is it's trying to transition into fall for that split second, then into wall slide, because you can only wall slide if you're falling. But if we let it happen from fall or jump, then you could instantly snap to the ledge without having to wait for the fall. Does that make sense?
So let's say player is falling from a high distance, and they want
a wall,
and they want to slide, and they want a wall slide. Then they're not going to be able to wall slide.
No. That will work because that's what we have now. The way it happens is.
Yeah, I know it'll work now, but you're saying that it should only transition from jump.
No. I'm saying both. So do fall and jump.
Oh, okay.
So if you jump, you can go right into wall slide. If you're falling, then you can go right into wall slide.
Yeah, no, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're at the arc of your jump or if you're at the fall of your jump, you should still be able to wall slide.
Okay.
But for now, we can leave it on fall because we'll have to change a lot of code at the moment. And with only 10 minutes left, I say...
I think what we can do. Here's the idea.
Oh.
Bring this here. Yeah. Trying to be neat about this.
Yeah, it's very important. It's so hard to keep it neat.
We're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this, some of that. And we're gonna allow transition here. Same transition as this. Wait, why is
Got
this?
it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's all sliding is true. So in this case, has no exit time. We got 0, and that should fix the jitters. And then it will transition into fall if anything. So
I get you, yeah.
We should be experiencing no jitters because even if it's going into the whole player transition to fall, automatically we'll go here.
Yes, got it. Yep. Then that solves the issue too. Yep.
And we definitely have to shout out whoever made this art because
it's really good, right? Oh no.
Oh, for Gizmos.
Oh, okay.
Line
Not super important, but we're probably doing something wrong.
And 136.
But what I would want to do is I say let's wait on the gizmos. Do you think that we can get a basic jump working in 10 minutes? If not, then we'll save it for another stream. But
a wall jump?
It'd be cool to get the wall jump to work. But if not, I understand because it's complicated. You have to do a lot of different like math and physics and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe we could save it for the next one.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Hold on enable. I think it's causing issues.
The gizmos?
Yeah, because it's okay, yeah. It's because it's looking for collider. And collider, I guess at this point doesn't exist. So let me try awake. Okay. Is it on enable or enable?
It's on enable.
On enable, so then this has got to be awake.
Yeah, that's awake.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like this isn't working.
Okay.
So much that I got like a random cough. You get bounds. You probably need to assign the collider to the variable. Okay. Let's do it on start and collider 2D. Okay, that's fine. We'll just ignore the error.
Yeah, let's just put it back to the way it was for now. But we'll fix that. We'll take note of that. I'll put it in the doc.
How do we reload domain anyway? That could also be the issue.
I don't know how you manually do it. I have no idea. But maybe that is the issue. Yeah, if it is, then that's totally fair.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do, just so it's not bothering us. Collider 2D is equal to null, and we're gonna use position.
Okay. Yeah.
So it doesn't bother us. So when in edit mode, we're probably gonna have to deal with what did I just do? Oh. That's probably fine. Yeah, in editor mode we might see it not aligned, but during play we'll see it working as it should.
Yep, got it. Makes sense.
So no more errors. So what we were supposed to do? Double jump?
No, I was gonna say because it's late. Let's not do the wall jump. Let's save that for next week.
Okay.
So this week we got the wall slide, we got the camera fixed, and so now again our player can do some more things. So if you want, you can pull the player up to the top of our little like sandbox, and there's a perfect long wall that I made exactly for a wall sliding. If you see it there. Yep, we're just like right above and up to the
Oh, right
exactly.
here? Right here?
Yep. So that wall is like perfect for a wall sliding. What was that? Did you
Oh.
see that?
I think I know what that was. Hold on, let me do it again.
The player like went up the wall.
Oh no, I think it's because there was I think it allowed me to do a jump for a moment.
Oh, okay, got it.
Probably because it was detecting ground.
Sure, yeah, okay.
I don't know how to reproduce it, but
But yeah, I understand. Yeah, so like jump and then do a wall slide, and then they'll be able to slide for a long time. But that's pretty good. That is pretty good, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's pretty solid.
oh yeah.
And because we are using the ground layer, you can slide on the edge of those walls, which we can use to make really tight platforming stuff.
You're right.
You know?
You're right. You're right.
Like we can be like, yo, platform and wall jump off these walls.
This reminds me of
platform.
Celeste. This reminds me of Celeste, the platform, the wall slide.
I think that the control, but then
The
you
play
said
controller
that
itself is based off of Celeste. He actually did
Oh,
he did
that's
research on the like he literally took a screenshot of like the jump itself, its
just trying to
trajectory.
understand the physics.
Yeah, its trajectory, and basically coded it so that he would match it. Like again, I feel like this guy.
What a
like,
god!
Bracky's like what 2.0. That's what I'm feeling.
What
he
a
is.
god!
Like he's just pushing content.
That's awesome.
Let's
Taro
go.
Dev,
It's lit.
Let me.
Yeah, shout out to Taro Dev.
Oh yeah, he's.
Awesome.
It's very understandable too. His videos.
It is understandable. Yeah, this made sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy this.
I found the video actually. Nice.
Yeah, I like his content. I really enjoy it. Check him
Cool.
out. Yeah, I feel like he'll be helpful in making your games too. Whoever wants to make games.
Word.
You should make games if you want to.
But yeah, so anything to close out on? So I think we got a lot of good stuff done, and again, the next time we'll continue working on abilities like double jump,
Dash, slide,
dash. We can add a crouch, a slide, so that the player can get under like small spaces.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think we are looking good. This was a good session, a longer stream than usual, but very worth it.
Yeah, so if this is your first time tuning in, this was a pretty unique time that we streamed today because we're off from our work, our full-time jobs. So we usually stream every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
So that's what we're going to do next week, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we're going to work on giving the player more abilities.
Yeah. So I guess we do. Is there anything else from y'all, or do you want to end stream a little bit early? I mean,
I don't have anything else. I mean, just
okay.
Thank you for joining in, watching us.
Yeah.
Letting us.
A lot of new faces today. We had like a pretty high average viewer count. This is the most that we've had so
in our
far.
whole time streaming. So thank you so much for all the support and showing up, and the subs and the follows. Like, we really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed our content, let people know. We'd love to share the content with more people. You can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, that. And we'll be back next week with more content. And if you enjoyed it, we hope to see you again. It's always a fun time.
We have a card that you could look at all of our social media links.
Yes, we also have a
popping that in the chat.
2 R's.
Yep. So that will give you
your
access.
R's with that card.
Yeah. Card.
Um,
Card. But yes,
Slide.
yeah, that card will give you access to all of our links, our social media, YouTube, Twitch, blah blah blah. So again, if you know anyone who you think likes game design or like game development or games in a general and wants to know how they're made, you can share that link with them, and we'd love to see more faces in the community. It's always great. But I guess with that, I guess we can sign off. Yeah.
Definitely.
I
Let us know how
agree.
we did. Let us know
Yeah.
how are you doing.
Yeah, word. We want to hear it. We want to know what's going on. Let us know if you like the stream, what you didn't like. We hope you guys enjoyed the interaction with the poll and stuff.
We're
We'll be
always
back
open to
next week.
feedback. Yeah.
Always open to feedback for sure. Yeah. So we'll see you next week, Thursday at 6 as usual. From 6 to 8, and this is BK Game Devs signing out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.